So I feel like, to kind of put it in perspective, that thin layer of oil that I see is the wedge between you and your spouse. So there's some issues there I feel that need to be worked on. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, hon. And your beautiful daughter that I picked up on is very intuitive and picking up on this, Mama. So be mindful of that, okay? Um,
Okay.
I feel like there's a sense of you stepping out of your comfort zone of being, home, and not going out very much. I feel kind of staying in your house, kind of like hermit, and I feel like that you are going to be breaking out of that shell next year, hon. So, and I love this for you. So please think about doing this, okay?
Okay.
Does that scare you to do that?
No, actually it doesn't, because I've been wanting for the longest time to get out of my comfort zone.
Good.
So I look forward for that. I really do.
Good. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where you head. And I live in Utah as well. So I saw that you're in Utah. So I think that's amazing. And I think that here in Utah we get the snow and we kind of get that seasonal depression. And I feel you get that as well. So get out of the house. Yep. I have it really bad too, and I don't like the cold. I don't do well with the cold. So, even just getting yourself out of the house, but get out of that comfort zone. I feel like things will start to get better. The energy will be better. The family dynamics will be better. It really is the energy that you are going to put out there that everyone else is going to feed off of. So definitely listen to that intuition. And that's what you just told me, is that you are ready to step out of your comfort zone. So it's time. It's time to break those old cycles of not, listening to that and doing these things. So please do that this next year, okay?
I will. Yes, I sure will.
Okay, I love it. And I'll tell you before we wrap up with your call, but I've been sitting here and just, when I start to pick up on energy or souls on the other side, I have got I'm going on mom's side, so I'm maternal, and I've got a beautiful mother soul coming in, or mother energy. So has your mom's mom passed, your grandmother?
Yes. Yes, she did in 2019.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel her here. And there's a sense of validating that she's like wanting to tell you that the women in our family are strong. She just keeps saying. So you hold that, that image and that strength that I feel she knows you have. Okay.
Okay.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about my grandma too. So I'm so glad to hear that.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And when you are thinking of your loved ones, it's not a coincidence. They're right there. Their soul is right next to you. So that's just her way of letting you know that she was with you. I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome, hon. Well, I hope this gave you some comfort and some guidance and excitement for next year. And I wish you the best. Have a great, happy holiday, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the goodness.
Thank you. Same to you. I really appreciate all of this.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome, hon. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and you have a wonderful night. Thank you for calling in.
You as well. And happy holidays to you too. And thank you so much. Right. And have a good night as well.
You're welcome, hon. You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. Beautiful. We have time for another caller. And this, I believe, is Sherry from San Diego, I believe. Hi, Sherry. This is the mini medium. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How can I help you tonight, my friend?
I was just kind of hoping to see if anything stuck out for me for the next year.
Okay, sure. I love it. I've been doing a lot of readings about just kind of what's going to happen next year. And,
I've been feeling it this.
Yeah, it's, I don't know if you heard me mentioning earlier, but we're coming into the year of the 9, and the 9 is the ending of old cycles. So the stuff that hasn't been serving you in a good way, letting go of the things or the people that have not been serving you in a good way, and beginning new beginning, of journeys, new cycles, and even mending old ties, that have been needing to be mended. So I think it's going to be an interesting, beautiful new year. So, okay. All right, my friends. So I pulled a few cards to see kind of what's meshing with what my visions are showing me. And I'll tell you, you pulled this beautiful moon card. And I love this card for you. I'm going to show it on the camera here. But in this card, the moon card, she's underwater, and she is kind of floating underwater, if you will. And then the big, beautiful moon. And then we've got the white wolf and the black wolf. This really connects with you, my friends, so beautifully. This is about getting yourself centered and grounded. Now, when we are underwater, it is the closest we can get to sensory deprivation. So you can't hear anything, you can't really see anything, you can't feel anything, and you're left with your thoughts. And I really feel that's how this next year is going to be for you, is about quieting yourself, quieting the outside noise. You have a lot of people that sure like to give their opinions about you. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep. I'm like, girl, you need to put some earmuffs on and not listen.
I have a lot of people that depend on me too.
Yes, and that is very true. And that's hard. It's really hard because, I think most of the people I feel that are, around you and that are that quote unquote noise, they mean well, but sometimes we have to just say, thank you. I love you. And, I respect your opinion, but I really need to do what I feel is right. And I feel like that's going to be how things are going to be this next year for you. And that balance of the good and the bad, the light and the dark, the positive, the negative, if there will be. Yeah. It's so interesting because I am, wow. Okay. So I'm looking at your cards a little bit too, and there is this Emperor card that is reversed. So it means it's upside down. There's some male energy, if you will. There's a source of some male energy that I really feel, and I would suggest that you cut that energetic cord. So this means there's some man in your life. It doesn't have to be anyone that's a significant other or someone romantic, but there's a sense of even maybe back in the childhood days of where it's like living our life for what this male wanted for us, but we're not really wanting to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So cut that cord.
I think it's my father.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I say this is your dad, but and again, it means well. Thinks they know the best, but right now you're just in such a beautiful.
I'm very different than the rest of my family.
Yes, you are.
I'm very different in the way that I think and the way that I move, and
Yeah.
And they don't understand me at all. They lean on me and depend on me, but they don't understand me.
Agreed. And, and sometimes we feel taken advantage of when that happens, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, you lean on me, you rely on me, but I am me. And you have to understand that, everything I'm doing for you is who I am, and you're not, accepting that part. And I can relate, my friend, more than you know. I say I'm the black sheep of my family.
Yeah. We've had a lot too, and everybody's turned to me to get them through some tough periods. And it causes a real imbalance, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I feel, all of this is going to be coming to kind of a completion, if you will. These cycles, I feel, are going to be coming to an end, and I do feel that here, right about April of next year, April, May, so right in that spring-ish time, summertime, I think you're going to see, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with some of the people in your life changing their mindset, and even you getting some reward back from all of what you've been doing. So don't change who you are. Keep doing what you're doing. I feel like you're a beautiful spiritual soul, by the way. You have an amazing vibrational energy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I do want to tell you too, let me ask you, I should say. I asked my last caller and it fit beautifully with her. I will get numbers during the day, and it's just my visions of either someone on the other side wanting to validate their presence, or it's, our spirit guides working together. But the number 23 has been very in my face, if you will. So does that number connect with you in any way?
It's my son's age.
Oh, I love this. Beautiful. My last caller, it was her daughter's birthday. So this is the universe and our spirit guide saying, yep, we're working together. We're going to align you with Stephanie, and we're going to get all this beautiful guidance. So, so with your son being 23, I have a daughter that's 24. So I got you there. I know how that is.
Yes.
So, I'm going to tell you, Mama, don't worry about him. I feel like he's going to start getting himself on track. There is a sense of just some, a little bit of worry, but he's got a good head on his shoulders,
He does.
Again, it's trusting in that. Now, is he married or in a relationship?
He's in a new relationship. It's very serious. Okay. It's getting very serious quickly.
Yes, ma'am. And that's what I see. So you might be seeing an engagement coming, Mama. You might.
Yeah. I have been having visions of that. Things just keep popping into my head. So
yep,
I think you're right.
I agree. And I wouldn't be surprised if that comes sooner than you think. So,
yeah.
You'll be just as surprised as the new bride will be, as the girl will be.
Is it a good connection? It seems like it, but I don't know her very well.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's also where we have to look at kind of the lessons that we're personally going through in our life of, how other people see us. And we go, gosh, that's really not who I am. So now these are the beautiful lessons of going, well, maybe I don't know her, but I also want to get to know her because I want other people to get to know me, for who I truly am. So this is how the universe works. It's all about that flow of energy.
Right.
But I'm excited. I feel like this will be, a beautiful next year and all these changes and new beginnings. And I really do feel like you have a new opportunity coming as well that is going to kind of segue, if you will, and mesh with your job, what you're doing now. So you've got some new addition to what you're doing now that I think is going to take off like crazy. So,
it's funny you say that. I keep feeling that. And what normally happens for me is I start to feel something.
Yeah.
And I get comfortable with the feeling. And then all of a sudden it'll start showing itself to me. And I've been feeling it, but I can't see it yet.
Yeah. Yep.
So what I'm doing now was kind of the same thing. And then one day I was meditating and it all kind of came in. And I saw how it was going to happen, and it just unfolded exactly that way.
Oh, good.
And so I haven't seen anything yet. Like, I feel it. I really am feeling it big.
I love it.
But I don't see it yet. So
it'll come. And remember, yeah, of course. Yeah, not just validating, but I always say it's nice to feel validated so we don't feel like we're losing our minds or we're
right.
crazy.
Right.
Well, and I love too that, this moon card is all about quieting everything and listening to your thoughts and trusting that, everything that you are seeing or hearing or feeling is actually, what's to come. It's just, giving it out to the universe and trusting that, when the right time is there, you'll know when it is. And, and it'll hit you like a bright light of epiphany. I've had this happen. And it's like, oh my gosh, I got it. So I think patience is the hardest part, right? Patience is not not my virtue. What is your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay. So you're that water sign, which is what that moon card is all about that water. So it's and water and air. I'm an air sign. I'm a Gemini, and water and air signs are really good about going with the flow and just kind of, fitting wherever we need to fit. But if anything, hits really hard out of nowhere, then boy, it could be, a catastrophe. So,
I've had a lot of those big things hit over the last 5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we're finally past that. I feel like I'm moving past that and it's getting peaceful again.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know if it is. I mean, it hasn't been long enough yet, but that's what it feels like.
Oh, I agree.
And that's kind of what I'm taking that card. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm taking that card as too, is that it's moving back into that space, because that's how I normally function. Is I'm very quiet and I listen and it's really flow. With the universe. And life has just hit me so hard from so many directions over the last couple of years that I haven't. And I feel like I've tried and I've done my best, and, I'm juggling things and trying to hear and, move like I'm guided and all of that. But it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. It feels crazy sometimes. So I know I've been really yearning for that peace again and that sort of solitary space. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I love it. Well, I'll tell you, I've got about 45 seconds in my show here, but I want to tell you, you are so on track. I don't feel you're lost. So keep moving forward. And I will be sending you lots of good, positive energy and love and light. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And have a happy holiday. We'll talk to you soon, hopefully.
You too.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. All right, my friends, that's a wrap. What a great show. Great night. I will see you guys next week, possibly. Yes. Oh, gosh, that's the holidays, huh? Maybe Merry Christmas. Are we going to do Christmas? Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Mystic Nick with Mystic Nick. Live from lightheartedmassage.com.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Mystic Nick on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my little show here, coming to you from Tasmania, Australia. So it's around a little after midday here, and I guess it's evening time for you there on the other side of the world. So I hope everyone is feeling well and happy. I've selected some cards for us today. So if you see this video, this is a video for a little guidance for you. So the first one I've selected, which is amazing and beautiful, is an abundance card. So let's focus on abundance. Let's see where our lack of abundance is and how we can start to open ourselves to receive and see the abundance in our life, in all things and in all ways. I love nature because nature is very abundant. This is a beautiful card, and you'll see Ganesh there as well. Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. So I feel we'll be moving into more abundant times, obviously coming into Christmas. It is such an abundant time of giving and receiving and sharing all that we have and all of the love that we have as well. So remember that it's about the love that we share as well. The other card I have is play. So let's remember to play and lighten up and have fun. So the dolphins are the water element. So let's just play, be happy, have fun. And the other one is creativity. So again, this time of year is such a creative time when we're wrapping presents, and I know I enjoy that part of gift wrapping and putting ideas into creation as well too. So all of the prosperity and the creativity that comes, it's actually a very magical time of year if we use it to our full potential and we understand that. And the way that we use our creativity. And also if you're going into the holiday season, make time to have some fun and to enjoy that period rather than stressing and allow yourself time for creativity, and in whatever form that may be. It doesn't mean you have to be a budding artist. There's many forms of creativity through cooking, gardening, dance, expression. There's all many, many forms. So don't limit yourself in the way that you create. So I have a caller. Hello, Carla.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Yes. I just wanted to have a quick reading. Excuse me. I lost my husband about 2.5 years ago, and I was wondering if you would have any updates or any ideas of, how he's doing. I'm sure he's doing great, probably better than me, but that's what this call is about.
Well, first of all, I'll acknowledge your loss. It's always a difficult time when someone passes that we love. And you mentioned, he may be better than you and many times that comes through as a message that our loved ones are okay, in spirit, and that, people obviously are often, feeling the grief of the life changes and the transition that comes with that as well. Now, the way I work as a medium, if he chooses to come through to me, I can work with him. There is a man that I'm seeing in uniform Does that resonate for you?
No.
No? Okay, that's okay. But I am seeing a man that's in uniform with a hat. So again, it could be, is there anyone in the timeline or in his family that may have been a person of significance or authority, or would have worn a uniform for their work? Or
all I know is his father was in war, but I know that he has a friend that was an airline pilot who passed.
Yeah, okay. It's the airline. To me, it feels like an airline pilot. So he has a friend that has passed.
Yeah, that was an airline pilot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'll accept that, because I do feel this is an airline pilot. It looks very much like. So we'll see if. So this is his friend. Okay, so the feeling I get is that they are there together, and the friend's coming through, or he wants to acknowledge. Do you have a relationship with the friend's partner?
Yeah. The friend's wife, yeah, she's a friend of mine, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're wanting to acknowledge, them being together, but you being together, and you ladies together, whether you're supporting each other or being there for each other, but they want to acknowledge that you, and again, you share this connection through the loss together. But they're together, but it's like they're wanting to let you know that they see you and that relationship that you have together. Does she have brown hair by any chance, or there's someone else
she
that
does.
I'm dating? She does have brown hair? Oh,
yeah.
I must have moved to look down, because I'm looking psychically at what's coming through. Okay, so family, Christmas time, they're showing me this. Are you getting together with her? Are you doing something?
I was supposed to get together with her recently, but was not able to do so. But I do see her on occasion. She does live in another state. Yeah.
Okay. So that, again, I think they're acknowledging that time, or you want it getting to. I think that would be really, really helpful and beneficial for you and her to come together and make some time for each other, particularly at this time of year, again, because it's just that acknowledgement and comfort that you two can relate to each other, and it's giving you some support, because I feel like you're very you've stepped back from life a little bit since you've been going through this, and
right.
Yeah, and so having those people, it's changed you. This has changed you. It's changed how you have relationships with people. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, it does. Yes, it changes your whole life in every way.
Yeah, it has, and it's like with what you're going through, it's like there's only so many people that you will now allow in or having that support, because things have changed, and maybe people that you thought might have been there for you haven't been there for you. So you've had to really evaluate things for yourself and the personal relationships. I'll just see what else. They're showing me a ball of some point. Do you know anything, or a crystal ball, or it's a round ball? Do you know what that may represent?
No, I don't. No.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sometimes I'll see.
Is my husband coming through?
Well, so all of this is coming from that, because he's sent me his mate and his partner as an acknowledgement. So this is all things that they see or they share as validation around you or what's going on for your life. As to whether he's showing up, does he have brown hair himself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I see that there's a man. Do you have is something about his skin, or did he have good skin, or was he quite like he's showing me his face and how like something about his skin, or he had good. He wants to acknowledge the skin. Like did he have a good looking face and good skin?
He did. He was very handsome.
He's quite a handsome man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he is showing himself, and he's showing him the best version of himself, which is lovely. And obviously, he wants you to remember that best version of him, and the person that you fell in love with as well too. And he is there. He really wants you to know that as he is still there for you. He's still around you. He acknowledges what you're going through, and he sees you. It's difficult for him as well, because I feel like he wasn't ready, or the shift for him to go there was some time, but it wasn't. Does that make sense? He wasn't ready to go.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, he died of cancer, but he went in like less than 5 months after diagnosis.
Yeah, and he wasn't very old. He's not an older person, so
he was only 62. Yeah.
So he's kind of in that prime of his life in some ways. Like he looks like he was kept himself well before this happened to him. So it came as a bit of a shock to him, and that transition. But again, he's doing okay as well. And like you say, the message of, he's okay in spirit, which is wonderful. Now, I have only got a really short time left, but he is acknowledging. Now, he's sending you a bouquet of flowers. So whether he gave you flowers or he wants to send you like a bunch of flowers to gift to you.
Oh, wow. That's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's there. He's absolutely there for you. He's sending his love to you. And we just want to acknowledge, this time. And please reach out to the woman that we've spoke about today.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay. You can find my social media. There are links there on the page as well if you want to connect again at some point in time.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you take care of yourself.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone with Melissa Markham. Live from mmastrovibes.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Zodiac Zone on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everyone, I'm Melissa Markham from Zodiac Zone. So let's just get right into it tonight. Tonight is a full moon in Aries. And I have to say that it's really kind of a hard moon compared to other full moons. I would suggest that you don't manifest during this moon because anything in Mars can indicate anger. It could indicate, in a lot of ways, violence. I would pretty much bet that the hospitals tonight are going to be loaded with people, unfortunately, as far as accidents or some kind of dispute, something like that. It's just not the kind of moon to really manifest in, per se. But on the polarity, Mars could also promote passion and, hardworking as far as, very driven into what you're trying to accomplish. So when we look at signs and we look at anything with astrology, we always have to look at the polarity of things. People ask me all the time, what signs are good, what signs are bad. There's always the good and the bad, the polarity to every sign. And when we look at that and how they're represented, that is what we look at. So I would say the whole thing with the moon tonight is to release, because full moons are always about releasing something. So it's really about releasing things that either annoy you, anger you, you're not feeling passionate about, and people can trigger these things inside of you. So just think about things before you make rash decisions, and always look at the spiritual aspect of things. I just was doing a reading tonight. I told my client, I said, it's always best to look at the spiritual aspect of things, because we get so caught in the human day-to-day things that we have to look at things that there's always a purpose and reason. And people sign soul contracts. So even intuitively, if you're feeling your child, your loved one, your mother, your sister, they're with the wrong person, they sign that contract together. So they're both supposed to get something out of it. And it's always for the evolution of the soul. So that's what I tell people. And it's really hard too when it's connected to you. If your child, your relative, your sister, brother, whatever the situation may be. So with that, I would say just, do what I said as far as just release things that anger you. That is the message with tonight's moon. Oops. Anyway, so let's take a caller. We're going to have Angela from New York City. How are you, Angela?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. Have you ever had an astrology reading?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So what I am is an evolutionary vibrational astrologer. I'm really going to look at the sole purpose of why you're here and really understand what are some of the aspects in your chart and things that are holding you back from living your best life.
Okay.
What is your birthday, day, month, year?
May 4th, 1980.
May 4th, 1980. And the time you were born?
I think it was like 10:31.
10:31 a.m. a.m.
Yes.
Okay. And the city, state?
Flushing, New York.
Flushing, New York?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I got that. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to look at the sole purpose of why you're here. I would say this, if I look at your aspects, you're a south node and I'm sorry, I'll back up. I'm going to look at the nodes, which are elliptical points in the sky. They're very karmic. The south node represents previous lives. It represents early childhood. It represents energy that we already know. And the purpose is to get to our highest vibration, which is the north node, which is the polarity of energy. So you have your south nodes in Virgo in the second house of Taurus. And that rules your money, self-worth. You know, a house can rule 40 or 50 different things, but, you know, us astrologers tend to focus on, you know, the main things. The North Node is in Pisces in the 8th house. And I would say that you're very security driven, right? And you probably worry a lot. A South Node in Virgo worries. They're considered the warriors of the universe, you know, things, and sometimes it can be useless worrying about finances, worrying about your own, you know, your self-worth. Am I enough? Am I good enough to do these things? You know? So I would say the purpose for you, and there's a very good sign, and it's basically about letting that shit go. And I would have that sign somewhere in your house where you can look at it every day, because it's really about letting the universe take charge, using your intuition, you know, transforming all this stuff that does not work for you anymore, you know, and that is where you're going to find your purposeful activities. You have the sun in the 7th house, so career is very important to you. You have Venus there and the moon there. So I feel like your reputation, all of that is you know, very important to you. And it's really important for you to do what you love, what you feel passionate about, and to make money since it's all in Taurus. Your Chiron, when I talk about Chiron, is the wounded healer. It is in Greek mythology. It's considered a small planet or asteroid. It is in Cancer in the 12th house. I feel like, I don't know, it could have been early childhood where you felt not completely nurtured, and you might have been in the most perfect family in the world, but it was some kind of nurturing that you felt like you didn't receive, or something that was, you know, not copacetic with you when it came to that. And also in the 12th house, it could be really having trouble connecting to the universe and source, you know, where it's hard, right? Because because you're worried about this and that. It's like, I really think that it's important for you to have an altar, have a sacred space for yourself where you can put your things, spiritual things, crystals, things that mean something to you. Have all that information or have that stuff there. Create a Akashic record around it, so you go there twice a day. You go there to at night to decompress, in the morning to feel alive. So, and it's really, like I said, about letting this stuff go that no longer serves you. So maybe tonight with this full moon in Aries, it's looking at your sense of self and saying, you know what, the stuff that annoys me and doesn't serve me, I'm going to let that shit go. Does this all make sense to you?
Yeah, like more like let go of like my past.
Right.
A lot of like
let go of the stuff that, because you didn't come here to make money. You came here to let stuff go, to get into the spiritual aspect and to trust in the universe, and to transform, and once you transform you, then you could pay it forward and help others on their journey.
Okay.
I mean, there's so much more I could tell you. But I mean, we have limited time tonight. I have 2 minutes before my show is over, but a very short show. But I just wanted to give you a tidbit of all of this. And if you ever want to go further, my website is mmastroVibes.com, and we can look at all the planetary alignments in your chart and take it from there.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm going to do that tonight.
Yep,
Very
exactly.
helpful.
Thank you so much, Angela. And you have a wonderful evening.
Bye-bye.
And like I said, I mean, I just wanted to reiterate, full moons are about releasing things. I tell all my clients, never start anything new on a full moon. Never start a business, never start maybe a relationship. It's really about endings, about letting stuff go that no longer serves you. You want to start things more on a new moon. New moon represents new beginnings. So tonight's assignment for all my listeners is to really just let things go that no longer, that, like I said, that annoy you, that no longer serve you, and step into being the best and most productive version of you that you can be. So that's what I wanted to tell you about tonight's full moon. And I look forward to seeing everybody next week. And the whole purpose is to tell everybody what's going on in that week. So thank you very much, and have a beautiful and blessed evening.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Live from Facebook.com/Tarot Readings by Gene Rose. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Sessions with Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Lovelies, it is Thursday night. It is also a little bit of a special episode. Reason being is because it is week number 10. So we are starting our 3rd month, and this is also our 10th episode. I just can't believe it. It has definitely flown by. I don't know how you guys feel, but it seems as if Christmas, right after the holidays, it was like blink, boom, January was over, February it came and went, and now we're in March. Tonight we're going to be taking some live callers. I do also have a few reading requests from my beloved followers. I think we're going to start with one of those. And guys, I write them on index cards. I do. I usually put up a post kind of throwing it out there. Hey, if anybody has a reading request, please write it below. And of course, you guys can follow me. I am on Facebook. The name of the page is Tarot Readings by Gene Rose. It is also below. We're going to start with Rita's question. And she is from the Yukon, or the town of Yukon in Oklahoma. Her question is, will I receive my financial blessing in the month of March? I'm going to kind of switch it up to within March, okay? And that way we have the full 31 days. When you do yes or no questions with tarot, you want to be as specific as possible. That's going to be important because that is going to have an impact on the answer. So, and then tonight, guys, I went through my decks today and I just organized everything. I separated the Oracle and the Tarot. I put all these sister decks together, which is always exciting because, for me as a collector to kind of see them stack up and be together, it just, I don't know. I turn into a total nerd. So Rita, the answer to your question, love, is overall going to be a yes. Something is most definitely going to happen this month for you. I feel like it's going to be, I don't want to say like a breadcrumb trail, but I do feel as though there's going to be like a blessing here, a blessing there. Your first card was the 7 of Crystals. Now, I will forewarn you and just throw it out there. With this deck, the suits are completely changed. So Crystals is actually going to be the equivalent to Pentacles. The next card was another card from that suit. You received the 8, followed by the Knight of Acorns, which is the equivalent to the Knight of Wands. Then you have Love, which is the Lovers, and then the Moon. I definitely would encourage you not to focus on waiting for the other shoe to drop or any of those sort of doubtful thoughts or that negative thinking. Whatever you focus on is going to end up being what you say, and then whatever you speak will be what you manifest. You did receive both the 7 and the 8 from the Crystal suit, also known as that Pentacle suit, means the same thing. Guys, tarot is a system. It does not change. Regardless as to whatever deck you are using, it doesn't matter. So with these cards being from that Crystal suit, you're going to talk about investments, followed by manifestation. So things coming about, things coming forth. The third card is going to be all about movement, and thankfully it is from that Wand suit. Wands refer to resilience. They also refer to fortitude, even strength, passion. It's a beautiful, beautiful suit. The fourth card, the Lovers, I feel like that card is just going to refer to that synergy, things falling into place and working seamlessly together. Like I said before, I do feel as though it is not necessarily going to trickle in, but it's going to start small and then get bigger and bigger. The final card is the Moon. That is just going to remind you to avoid doubts, fears, and illusions. So, Rita, I hope that answers your question, love. Thank you so much for submitting it. I truly appreciate it. And who do we have? I think we're going to take our first caller. Hey, Louise. Love, you are from Toronto?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
Amazing. I sure can. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Amazing. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing better tonight. I'm feeling better. There's been a lot going on in a short time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've just come to terms with there's a lot of things just sort of out of your control, I suppose. Like from death, sicknesses, people in hospitals. I have a funeral today that I did live, it was streamed. And then one I'm heading to tomorrow. And it's just been a lot to deal with. And then, worrying about my own health.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of want to know if things are going to turn around.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hopefully for the
First off, my condolences on your losses. I'm so sorry to hear this. Oh my goodness. Is it okay if I light candles for you after the show?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Is it okay if I light candles for you after the show?
Oh, so light candles? Sure.
Absolutely, yes. It's kind of my version of prayer. Just to kind of send you some love and light.
I appreciate that. I was just wondering if anything. I guess I'm concerned about my health. I have some upcoming tests. So I guess that's been weighing on my mind a lot. So
yeah,
I'm trying to do all the right things.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I still kind of wonder if it's ever enough. I don't know. I mean, I know things. Sometimes just things. I don't know. I came to a thing that there's nothing ever in our control. I have to let go of thinking I can control any of it because I can't. If that makes any sense.
No, it does. It definitely does.
At the same token, I'm still searching for some kind of answer, searching for, if I'm on the right road and that kind of thing,
And that's completely understandable, especially when you have so many things hitting you at one time. It can be very easy to become overwhelmed. I did go ahead and pull a couple of cards for you. I didn't do it in the area of health. Reason being, and yes, I do offer health readings, but those are pretty significant readings. Those are larger spreads. And unfortunately, we do not have enough time during the show to do that. So I went ahead and I did pull 5 cards for you though, and I pulled them in a general sense. Now, I know when you hear the word general, it kind of sounds like, oh, is that going to be vague? But it's anything but. All general means is that the cards are not programmed, if you will, for just one specific area. So instead of just pulling on money or just on love, anything and everything can pop up. So the first card that we're going to I promise you there's nothing in my hand. The first card that you received was the 10 of Feathers. That is going to be the equivalent to the 10 of Swords. Now, that card is going to be all about disappointment as well as betrayal. And that is definitely one of the energies that you are carrying around with you right now. That can be extremely taxing. And the reason why I say that is because you're going back and forth, reliving those losses. Your second card was the 5 of Crystals, also the equivalent to the 5 of Pentacles. Some readers read reversals like me. Some readers do not. I feel as though with reversals, because they have a different meaning, they definitely should be read for one, but also they add extra depth to the reading. So with that card falling that, like I said, dealing with those losses, make sure you're not reliving those moments, torturing yourself. You know, you don't want to stay, I don't want to say stagnant, but be mindful that you're not torturing yourself mentally by reliving those moments over and over. Your third card was the Queen of Crystals. Now, I will throw it out there. The crystal suit, also known as Pentacles, does correspond to the element of earth. So that's going to signify energies such as stability, balance, even feeling grounded. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to get to. How you're right? How you're going to do it is by turning over that new leaf, by starting that new page. There was a ton of crystals. Out of 5 cards, 3 of them were from that suit. So that definitely is going to be the thing that needs to be at the forefront of your mind. That's the thing that spirit is pushing the absolute most. When you have one specific suit, be what I call kind of like the lead suit, meaning that there is the most of that one card, that's going to be where you want to draw your attention. Obviously, you feeling grounded and having that, right? That's where you need to draw that attention.
That's where I want to go. That's why I keep trying. So,
in the end,
you want that stability. Yeah.
I know you do. In the end, and it's going to take a lot of like putting a plan together, meaning focusing on self-care, maybe meditating. Now, I know those are sort of buzzwords when a reader says them. And I realize there are only 24 hours in a day. It's kind of like, oh gosh, not like pressure, right? Instant pressure. I don't mean that.
Right. If
journaling is going to provide a good outlet for you, then go ahead and do that. Just be mindful to purge.
Here with my journal.
Yes, definitely journal. Because you know why? You're going to purge.
So I have my journal in my lap as we speak right now. I have my journal in my lap as we speak.
I absolutely love it. Definitely continue to do that. That'll help. Like I said before, I will definitely light candles for you after the show. But give yourself grace.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And realize, and I would even in your journal, write down your accomplishments, even if they are something trivial. That way you have something to look back on. And it's like, oh, wow, I did that. You want to celebrate those successes, no matter how small they are.
Okay.
I hope that helps, love.
I've been in a bit of an emotional roller coaster. So there was a day that I actually didn't have a crying moment in the morning because I haven't cried in so long. And it seems like every morning I have a moment where I just cry. So one day I was just so happy that I actually made it through without crying. I made it through till noon and I didn't cry. So
I would write that down.
Okay, that may sound... Okay.
Definitely write that. It's still an accomplishment. You made it till noon. That is something that you weren't able to accomplish the day before. So that's huge.
Correct.
Like I said, give yourself grace.
10 of crystals, 5 of crystals, Queen of crystals, and the other 2 were?
10 of feathers.
It was 5?
10 of feathers.
10 of feathers.
Yes, that is the 10 of swords. The 5 of crystals, which is the equivalent to the 5 of pentacles. The Queen of crystals, the Queen of pentacles. The 3 of crystals, 3 of pentacles. And then final card was the 7 of acorns, which is going to refer to a hard-fought victory. So in the end, you are not only going to be successful. 7 of acorns. That's the equivalent to the 7 of wands.
Okay.
Yes. I like unique decks. So this deck has completely all the 4 minor arcana suits. The titles of them are completely redone. It's the only deck that has done that I absolutely adore. Usually when artists change out the titles of the suits, I sort of like roll my eyes and I'm like, yeah, I'll pass. But this deck, I just adore.
Awesome. Oh, that's great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to meet you.
Well, thank you very much. It's nice to know that things will turn around. and there'll be a little more stability. So
absolutely,
that was good to hear. So.
And definitely take care, okay? And I look forward to possibly crossing paths with you again. And that way I can get an update on how you're doing.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem, love. Have a wonderful night.
Okay, you too. Thanks.
All right, bye-bye. Up next, we are going to have Nicole. Hey, Nicole, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry to have kept you waiting. How are you doing today? I know by you it is Friday around noon, right?
I can hear you properly then.
Isn't it? By me, it is Thursday night. Huh? Yeah. So, Nicole, what are we going to be reading on today?
Could I have a car reading? Is anything going to get any better in the next 3-6 months with me? Like, down the track, I've had a hard drive, and it's just like, is anything going to be easier, get better? Things going to change?
Absolutely. Let's see. Have things kind of been like falling apart or like falling away?
I'm not sure. I feel like I've got someone around me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Constant. I've got that gut feeling. I just want to, I don't know.
I will say right off the bat, you did get the 9 of shells. Now, Nicole, the deck I am using, I don't know if you're familiar with tarot or not, I'm just going to forewarn you, the minor arcana suits are completely changed. I adore this deck. I think it is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I did go ahead and pull an extra card for you. So you actually received a total of 6. The extra card, however, is going to be the 9 of shells. That's going to be the equivalent to the 9 of cups. Something that you definitely want to be aware of is not overthinking or overdoing things. So definitely second guessing yourself, kind of throw that out the window, or even waiting for the other shoe to drop. When it comes down to making decisions, even if you need to decide not to decide, take things in stride, take them one day at a time. You don't have, like, Rome was not built in one day. So like I said, take things one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself by thinking you got to get everything done and decide everything that minute. You don't. Your next card is going to be the Tower. That card, or in this deck, it's labeled as the Shadow. It's the equivalent to the Tower. That card is going to refer to the carpet feeling like it is ripped out from underneath you. Kind of like that moment where you like gasp and it's like what you assumed was going to work out one way totally ends up blindsiding you and works out a different way. Now, I don't see this as future. I see this either as past or even trickling into the present. Would that make sense? What, love?
Well, I didn't hear, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I said, would that make sense to you? Like, does that?
Yes, it does make sense. Yes, all of it does.
Awesome. The next 2 cards were both from what traditionally is known as that wand suit. In this deck, however, they're labeled as acorns. The first card is going to be the 7 of acorns. That card fell reversed. So with that falling reverse, is going to refer to you having a hard time grasping those hardcore successes or those hard-fought successes. It's almost like you're almost at the end of the finish line and you want to throw in the towel and give up. I will say now is going to be the time for action and not positioning or planning. So don't think about writing out or thinking. Don't be methodical. Just kind of hit the ground running and do. Your 4th card was the 9 of acorns. That card also fell reversed. And that's why I said action. It's got to be all about action. The final card was the beautiful traveler. This is the equivalent to the Fool. The Fool is the first card of the major arcana. Now, I know when I say the Fool, some people are like, are you calling me foolish? And it's like, no. With that card, kicking off the major arcana, that card is nothing but joy. You see, the Fool has not yet been tainted by life's hurts. It's kind of getting back to even like that childlike joy where you don't assume the worst and you kind of see the best in everything. The Fool doesn't focus on the destination. Instead, he enjoys the journey. He is all about hope. He's all about taking that leap of faith. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is going on, he always looks to the bright side. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a positive Polly 24/7, but definitely be aware that between your thoughts and your words, you do help to manifest your own reality to a certain degree. So you want to make sure you're speaking positive. Nicole, when I'm in the middle of reading a book, Nicole, they said 90% of your reality you create by manifest. I was like, oh my, I almost fell off the chair. I was like, what? So obviously since then, I most definitely have been watching what I have been saying. But like I said, I want to stress, you don't have to be a positive Polly 24/7. You're still allowed to have those bad moments or those bad days. It's just a matter of turning it around. And that's going to be where the key to the success is. That extra card, that 9 of shells, is just going to remind you not to overthink things. Stay focused, especially on what you want to manifest. You definitely have the start of a few projects ahead, possibly even a few opportunities. So as they, and forgive my fur babies, but as they come forth, you definitely want to jump on them and embrace them. Sometimes we shy away from opportunities because we get scared and it's like, this is daunting. It's a change. It's new. What if this happens? What if that happens? But sometimes we need to be uncomfortable. That's when and where we grow.
You're right. Everything you said, you're right. Yeah. That's true.
Oh, I'm so glad. Okay. Does that answer your question though, Nicole?
Yes, you did. Yes, you answered every question. Yes, all of it. Yes, you're right. Everything. Yes, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it's definitely my pleasure. No problem. You have a wonderful night.
It was nice talking to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, guys, with the few minutes that we have left, I think we should go ahead and maybe do one more reading from another one of my followers. If you are interested, if you like my style of reading, feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose, or you can follow me on Instagram. You can find me at Tarot by Jean Rose, or even on TikTok, as well as Tarot by Jean Rose. I tried to make it as easy as possible for you guys, right? Yeah. Goddess knows I am not into tech. I'm not, guys. I'll be transparent. I'm a tarot chick. I love cards. So I'm definitely myself stepping outside my comfort zone. What I tell you guys, I try to put in practice myself. I'm not one of those readers that is going to spout, oh, do this, do that, and then not follow through in my own life. That's not setting a good example. So I think we're going to go with Kristen from Maine. And her question is, will I succeed in the next chapter of my life, which is going to be school? Kristen, I am so happy for you. Congratulations on this new endeavor. I think it is absolutely incredible. And I cannot wait to see where this road takes you. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. I think it is so amazing. Oh my goodness. So let's go ahead. Oh my gosh. Yes. So the first card was the 10 of crystals. That is going to be the equivalent to the 10 of pentacles. In regards to like financial aid, anything like that, even in regards to like supplies, because remember that is going to represent like money and material things. That is all going to be in the bag. They will all be supplied. The second card was the 3 of acorns. That's going to be the equivalent to the 3 of wands. Have those positive expectations. Go into it expecting for you to not only do your best, but you know that you're going to ace it. There's nothing wrong with expecting or wanting A's. You know, the third card, that was the shadow, and it fell reversed, meaning instead of the carpet being ripped out from underneath you, things are going to fall into place. The next card was the 7 of acorns. You got amazing cards. That is going to be the equivalent to the 7 of wands, which is a hard-fought victory. You've always wanted to go back to school. Now you have the opportunity in front of you. Not only take advantage of it, but rock it, okay? And then your final card, that was the 4 of shells, and that card fell reversed. With that card falling reversed, you know, it's going to be busy. It's going to be, you know, I don't want to say on the constant go, because I think you're going to organize your schedule really well, you know, and I think that you're going to have that family support as well. Like I said, definitely go into it expecting you to succeed. Don't listen to any of those like seeds of doubt, right? Now we're going to go into it with those positive expectations. Guys, if you like my style of reading, feel free to follow me. You can find me on Facebook at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. Also, my Instagram or TikTok, which is Tarot by Jean Rose, on Friday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do go live on Facebook, so be sure to follow me there so you can catch one of my lives. Also, I am doing a spring raffle. Tickets are $5 USD or 5 for $20. The prize is going to be an in-depth tarot reading valued at $100. If you would like to enter, definitely reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. Guys, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you for a beautiful 10th episode. This was absolutely fantastic. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Love to you all. Bye-bye.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Welcome Your Woo with psychic Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane. Live from SarahJanePatton.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Welcome Your Woo on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Well, hello, everyone. I am I'm Psychic Sarah Jane, host of Welcome Your Woo, where intuition, energy, and the mystical world come together to guide you through life's most profound experiences. Thank you for tuning in to receive intuitive insights, spiritual guidance, and conversations that will open your heart and mind. Well, hello, beautiful listeners. Welcome back. Here we are again this evening. I'm super excited to be talking and expanding our conversation a little bit more on how self-care is a catalyst for expanding your intuition and your psychic abilities. So last week I talked about how this is one of my zone of geniuses, is teaching other people how to tap in and access their psychic abilities, because newsflash, we are all psychic. It's true. It's just like a muscle. It's kind of like running a 5K. If you've never ran one before, you're probably not going to just get up and go start running one. You're going to practice first, and your psychic abilities are the same way. You have to exercise the muscle. And so one of the ways that we can do that is through our self-care. And last week we talked about how grounding and protecting our energy is a way to practice self-care, and how it supports us by allowing us to be a clear channel for spirit. So if we want to receive those divine messages, it's super important to remain grounded and protected in our energy. So if you want to catch that from last week, make sure you go catch the replay. But today we're going to expand a little bit further in this conversation. And I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about how meditation, gratitude, and affirmations can support you in your self-care, as well as opening further into your psychic abilities. So let's talk about meditation for just a moment. So meditation is something that I think that is definitely more talked about today than it ever has been before, right? This used to be something that was practiced very often, or it wasn't talked about, but it's becoming the normal. And really what I always tell people about meditation is there's no wrong way to meditate. It's your intention that matters most. But really the purpose of that is to really just be with yourself and to connect and quiet your mind. So when we quiet our mind and we allow ourselves to just sit and allow things to come in and receive information, that is how we can receive downloads. You guys, I have the most profound experiences during meditations and following them. And it's something that has increased through time. I've been practicing for well over 5 years on consistency and doing this as a regular practice. But oh my gosh, do you know the health benefits to meditating? Did you know that doing like a good solid 15-minute meditation can be equivalent to like 6 to 8 hours of sleep at times? So it can be super helpful in so many different ways. But one of the ways, like this is a twofold. It's a way to really practice self-care, because I promise you that if you begin meditating regularly, it's going to shift your energy and how you show up in the world. But it also is a catalyst for opening up further into your psychic abilities and expanding those clairs. So I'm not going to go too far into it. I'm just recommending it, letting you know it's out there. I recommend taking a look and researching, doing what feels right for you. There's tons of guided meditations. I really love the silent ones where we're listening to nature sounds, or Esther Hicks always talks about listening to the hum of the, air conditioner. You can do whatever works for you, but don't judge your meditation. That's what I always tell people. The next thing I'll talk about is how gratitude is something that supports us. So gratitude, next to authenticity, gratitude is the highest vibrational frequency that we can be in. And if we want to experience more, one of the ways we can do that is by expressing the things that we're grateful for. So that is a practice of self-care as well, because when we acknowledge the things that we're grateful for, it elevates our frequency. But also, this is where it's the twofold part, where it's both. It's that and. Our spirit teams acknowledge when we acknowledge our gratitude, and they give more. That's how we receive the abundance. So if you want to receive more, start expressing the things that you're grateful for. It literally can change your life. You guys, I've been keeping a gratitude journal for over 5 years now. And oh my goodness, you will never run out of things to be grateful for, ever. I started out doing 5 a day, and I'm up to 10 a day. So I've been doing this for 5 years now, but I write out 10 things every day that I'm grateful for. It elevates my frequency, and it lets my spirit team know that I'm acknowledging all that I do have, acknowledging the abundance that's around me, because you guys, we do live an abundant life. All of us do. So that's just one thing I really just love to express about the gratitude, because it's so incredible to raise and elevate that frequency. The next one is affirmations. So we have all of these limiting beliefs that sit within the subconscious mind. And I always talk about the subconscious mind and how it's like the iceberg, right? So the part that we can see sticking out of the water is a lot smaller than the part that is under the water. That part under the water is so much bigger. It's vast and it's huge. And that is the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is hard to reprogram sometimes because it just runs on autopilot. And so we've done all these things to program ourselves that we create sometimes these limiting beliefs that simply aren't true, but they're based on our programming, our experiences, our even traumas or our triggers. But when we start to recite and repeat affirmations over time, we can reprogram the subconscious mind. So one of the things I like to often recommend is the 3-6-9 method, which is something that Esther Hicks often talks about, writing your affirmation 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night, and doing that before bed. But what happens is it begins to really reprogram the subconscious mind. But here's the thing, when you write your affirmations, don't write from your scarcity or fear mindset, because if you are writing your affirmation, reciting the affirmation from that space of scarcity, from the space of fear, you just create more of that because it's focusing on the lack and not having it rather than having it. So to really sink into the gratitude and your affirmations, act as if it's already happened. Okay, so imagine that limiting belief rewriting the story. So maybe okay, I always joke about this because people think it's funny, but I have this limiting belief that it's not safe for me to be seen. And here I am doing this radio show, right? I had to overcome that limiting belief. So I wrote a affirmation for a long time that said, it is safe to be seen. It is safe for me to be seen. So you can do anything to just rewrite the story. So find the limiting belief, rewrite the story, but this will support your self-care as well as just elevate your frequency. When you elevate your frequency, you're more likely to receive your intuitive hits. You're able to really trust your discernment more when you're in the elevated and higher frequency. So that's why meditation, gratitude, and affirmations are very supportive to not just your self-care, but also to expanding your intuition and your psychic abilities. So with that being said, what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to pull a card here just for the collective and channel a message and just see what Spirit has to say for us around what I've just shared. And then we'll take some colors. Let's see here. So we're just going to ask Spirit, what is the message for us today? What do we want to share based on what I just said around self-care, helping to expand our intuition and psychic abilities? Let's see, we'll pull 3 cards. Shuffle in the deck, you guys. If you're listening and can't see. All right. Oh, we got 4. Okay. So the first card we have is intuition, buddy, because that's what we're talking about. And it says, listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. So this is a reminder too, you guys, divination tools are very supportive to us when we are really honing in on our psychic abilities and wanting to really trust our intuition and our discernment. So you can use things like oracle cards, tarot cards. You can use a pendulum. You can use runes. There's so many different things you can do, but this is just a reminder to use those tools to support you because they are really, really helpful when you're working to really trust your own intuition and use your discernment. The next card we have is hope. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. So this is just like, I'm just seeing like a rainbow for the collective, reminding us that we're shifting into these higher frequencies, higher elevated spaces, and that 2025 is going to be a really big year for many of us and lots of changes and shifts, but just to maintain that hope, super important. I got the cycles card. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. This is a reminder that many cycles are falling away. So like a lot of old karmic cycles are breaking right now. So just being reminded to tell everyone that if you have like a job that's changing, relationships that are shifting, big, massive changes happening in your life, it's because many cycles are ending so that we can start into this new and other, experiences that are coming our way for 2025. The next card I have is intention. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your request to the universe. So check this out. Your intention is really what matters most. Your intention is what, amongst anything else, what I tell everyone is your intention followed by inspired action will equal success. So if you get super clear about your intention and ask the universe for what you want, but don't micromanage the universe, that is where the magic is at. And you can manifest through deliberate creation if you are setting those intentions and taking that inspired action. So those are the messages for the collective this week. And right now I'm going to take a caller. I'm going to talk to, Rosemary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hello, Rosemary.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you this evening?
Doing good.
So,
yourself?
I'm doing great. Do you have a specific question that you want today? Or are you just looking for some intuitive guidance?
Guidance, or because I've been manifesting and nothing's gone the right way, I guess, or nothing's happening. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm sensing some sadness. Are you feeling sad?
Off and on.
How about overwhelmed? Are you feeling overwhelmed?
Yeah, a lot of stuff that's overwhelming me.
Yes. Rosemary, when's the last time that you took some time for yourself and really just filled your own cup?
Here and there, about a couple weeks ago.
And is there something happening with a job or something around your job or work?
Yeah, pretty much. It's, I need to either get out of there or they have to switch my schedule around. A lot of craziness with the management.
Yes, it feels like the message I'm getting for you is it's time to fill your cup, to really take care of all of Rosemary, that sometimes we're often giving from an empty cup, and so it's exhausting us and making us tired. I did just have a card fly out, though. You got the abundance card. It says, enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming your way. So I do feel a shift coming for you. I'm actually seeing something in February coming. An opportunity actually is what I'm seeing for you, Rosemary. And they're saying too, it'll depend on the timeline too, because timelines shift around and change. But what I'm being told is the door will open, and it won't matter if you choose to walk through it or not. It's really about just the opportunity and seeing what it's for. I'm not sure what this is about. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Probably a relationship or moving or something.
Yeah, something's going. Do you have a dog?
I used to.
You used to?
Yeah, there's a few dogs that on the property or overseas. That's where I want to move to. I know there's dogs there.
I feel like you have a spirit dog with you.
Yeah, I have a few.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a really strong one coming through. I'm not sure who this dog is, but it's coming through. Let's see. Oops. All right, you got a couple more cards here. It says, you got Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. I feel like what this card is telling you is perhaps looking for a mentor, maybe someone to support you and to help you, just keep you motivated. Sometimes we rely on our friends, is what I'm being told, Rosemary. We rely on our friends or our family, but they're too close to us and they're not always able to speak the truth that we need to, or they can't receive us, or we're afraid of their judgment. So perhaps looking into someone to mentor you or to follow that will support you, even just listening to some stuff that's going to help elevate your frequency will be supportive to you. The next card you got is the Mirror card. Who or what is triggering you? So Spirit just always wants to remind us that anytime that we are triggered by something, that often there's something there for us to look at. So don't be afraid to, I always tell my kids, take a walk to the reflection pond and see what you might see, take a look and see what might be there. So that is something being called to. Do you have any specific questions you want to ask me?
If our relationship's coming into what I'm thinking or manifesting on, that goes overseas with, or he's coming to get me, or he's coming for the holidays, if that makes sense, and my birthday.
Okay, make sure I understood the question. So you are seeing, you're trying to manifest something or somebody, you said?
Yes, that's coming here for coming to get me, and I will transfer over.
Well, you got the abundance card when it first started, so I feel like that is a clue to what you're talking about. It feels positive, whatever that is. And I just had 3 cards fly out. Let's read what we have here. You've got Sisters of the Seasons, Cycles of Growth, Natural Law, Divine Order. So Spirit's just reminding you that everything is playing out in divine order through divine orchestration. Sometimes we want to micromanage the universe, so you don't need to do that. Just let things play out and flow the way that they need to. You also got the Sacred Union, Partnership and Romance. So hopefully this perhaps maybe is what you are looking for. I'm just being told, follow your heart. It won't fail you. Sink into the heart space and less logic is what I'm being told to remind you of. And then you got card number 21, the Wise Woman of Wonderland, Integrity and Compromise. So Spirit's just saying, stay true to who you are, Rosemary. Stay true to your authentic purpose, what you want, what you desire, no settling. And as long as you stay in alignment and integrity with yourself, then the people coming into your space will be aligned with you as well. So, do you have any other questions?
The next question is, am I moving with overseas with the job that I'm looking for, or what I'm applying to 2 different companies, and it's like letdowns after another every time I apply?
I'm being told that you're going to have more than one option and you will get to choose.
Okay.
That's what
where I want it. Cool.
That's what my guides are saying. I can pull a card and see what the cards say to go with it, but they're saying you're going to have a choice. And you got the leap card. You go first. The universe will catch you. So definitely don't be afraid to take a leap with whatever it is, Rosemary. That's what I'm being told to tell you. So Thank you, Rosemary, for calling tonight. I appreciate you. Have a good night.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye. All right. Up next, we have Ada in Childress, Texas.
Hello. How are you?
Did I say your name right?
It's Ada.
Ada.
Okay.
Thank you for correcting me. How are you, Ada?
Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm well. So do you have a specific question, or do you just want some intuitive guidance and card pulls?
Actually, it's okay if I have some guidance. But I just need guidance on my life, like what's to come, future-wise, I guess. That's about it.
Just in general, just overall guidance for your life and what's coming?
Yes, ma'am, if that's okay.
Do you have something that you're excited about that's coming up?
Not that I know of yet.
Okay. Let's see. Is there something you've been contemplating or thinking about doing?
Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about, I had a dream that I wanted to live in Japan, and I don't know. I mean, I'd like to live there, you know. I don't know if it will happen.
I'm seeing travel. Yeah, I'm seeing travel in your future. Okay, so I pulled a couple of cards from my unicorn deck here. The first card you have is celebration. Mm-hmm. A positive outcome is celebrate your success and enjoy your achievements. I'm just being told, chin up, Ada. Like you are ready to experience lots of joy and fulfillment. And I'm just being told it's your time, but believing that it's possible and that all your desires are actually able to manifest is the only thing missing right now is your own belief. So just focus on your belief and envisioning what you want to create. The next card you have is expansion. And when I saw this expansion card, I saw suitcases. So like I see you traveling, I see you going somewhere, but it says spread wings and soar, share your message and shine your light, show the world what you're made of. So this is a time, I do feel like you're being called forward right now, Ada, like you're supposed to step forward and start speaking more of your truth. Have you thought about teaching, or do you teach something?
I like learning languages.
Yeah, I was seeing you in some type of teaching role. And then you also got the nature card, which is ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elements. So Spirit just reminding you here to make sure that you ground your energy every day. If you ground every day, it's going to give you the clarity that you need to receive like your intuitive messages and be able to trust that more. I always tell everyone like grounding and protecting your energy is really how we can trust our discernment the most. So really just listening to your gut feelings that you have coming in, Ada, like if you have a gut feeling about something, Spirit's saying, trust that. Don't dismiss it or deny that.
Oh, okay.
Do you have some more questions?
I guess just like, is anything good coming my way? That's all.
You got
this month.
You literally asked that question and I pulled the yes card. It says yes. And I pulled celebration. Yeah, I pulled celebration and I told you that I felt like something positive was coming, something excited was coming.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I like that.
It says answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? So really, this is about you right now, Ada. This is about you really honing in on the desires that you have, what you want to create for yourself. I'm being told that this is your time to fly.
Oh, okay. I like hearing that.
I'm hearing the song, This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I have a lot of clear audience, so I'll hear music playing a lot of times. Let's see what else the cards have.
That's fine.
Here you go. Like it's literally reiterating what I just said to you. So you got the warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling?
Oh, wow.
I'm going to pull from another deck too. Let's see. I'm going to ask you something really random, okay, Ada, because I have the gift of all knowing and I just will have random things drop in. Do cherries mean anything to you? I was seeing cherries.
Yeah, I like black cherries. And I like cherry blossoms, so yes.
Okay.
Supposed to do.
Thank you for validating that because I was like, why am I seeing all these cherries around her?
Yeah.
So you got the Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. So my question for you is, have you ever thought about tapping into your own psychic abilities?
Yes, I have, and I sometimes I don't know if it's really a dream I'm dreaming or if it's going to happen. I mean, I know that's weird to say like that, but that's how I can explain it.
So that is totally common and absolutely what most people say to me. We don't trust our intuition and our psychic abilities, right? A lot of it's because we've been programmed and told not to. And now we're trying to...
I believe in them. I really do. I just sometimes just need to work more on it.
Yes.
But I am interested in that stuff, yes.
It's totally normal and okay. What I'm being told to tell you, Ada, is that you are very gifted spiritually. Like you have a lot of spiritual gifts to share with the world, and they're like so ready to like be opened up and accessed fully.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds good.
You have a big spirit team too. I can see your spirit team. You got the Fire Prince, optimism, aggression. So this is just like literally when I see this card, the fire, like the flame burning, because it's like the phoenix rising is what I'm seeing. So it's almost like you're going to rise up into this like amazing, incredible, like I feel like you're a powerful healer, to be honest, Ada. Like I'm just being honest what I have coming through about it. So I encourage you to explore that, take a look at it, find a mentor. I teach, but I always tell people to look at more than one person because, you know, you just never know. But certainly go check out my things if you're interested. But I definitely would consider taking some classes and courses and connecting for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I should try that.
Yes. All right, Ada. Well, thank you for calling in tonight.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Again,
I'm Sarah.
Your name
Sarah Jane.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sarah Jane, for the read. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. I'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, you guys, that's a wrap for tonight's episode of Welcome Your Woo. I hope that you've had fun this evening, and I hope that you return for more next week, where we will continue this conversation a little bit deeper on how self-care is a catalyst to expanding your intuition and psychic abilities. Until then, if you're looking for more clarity or spiritual guidance, you guys can book a personal session with me anytime at sarahjanepatton.com. I do look forward to serving you and growing this audience. Don't forget to invite your friends because it is just so much more fun when we get to do this together. And if you want to stay further connected and get a closer look at the work that I do, you can join my private Facebook group, Welcome Your Woo with Psychic Sarah Jane. Be sure to tune in every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Until next time, you guys, remember to stay open, trust the journey, and as always, welcome your woo. Bye for now.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Hallie Elise Show with Hallie Elise. Hallie Elise. Live from HallieElise.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Hallie Elise Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. As always, I am delighted and excited to be with you this evening. I'm hearing a little disconnect on the radio. Hopefully you can hear me. You never know what's going to happen when we go on airs. That's the beauty of live, because things can go awry. Things can be right on target. You just never know. Speaking of things that can go awry or can be on target, have you been seeing all the news about the things floating around in the sky? And I'm putting it out there like that, not to make fun, but more on the lines of not to be too serious or too worried. Everybody seems to be getting very nervous about all the droids that are out there, and there's all sorts of ideas about what looks like and what's going to happen and who's involved. And I simply want to say that we can't control the things we have no control over. Keep that in mind. Let's do our best to hope for the best. And isn't it kind of fun to look up in the sky and see something different? Now, I know not everybody's mindset is the same as my own, but I was having a very serious conversation with someone recently, and it's interesting to me, actually fascinating, how we all have different views that are so diverse. One person feels that it has something to do with politics. Another person feels that it has to do with minerals. Another person feels that it has to do with folks from outer space, and it goes on and on and on. The thing that is really clear about this is, no matter what, we are all individuals. We have to remember to keep our energy safe, keep things sacred to us, close to us. And what I mean by that is, if we are focused outside of ourselves and we are constantly nervous or constantly worried about things, then we are not taking good care of us. If we don't take good care of us, who will? I watched a movie actually, yesterday called Homestead. I don't know if you've heard of it or not. It's from a fairly new movie company called Angel. Very interesting because so much of what was on spoke about many things that are happening today. Keep in mind that TV, radio, movies often mimics life, and yet it often shifts things so that we can see from our own perspective. All right, then, we have a gal from, I believe, Melbourne, Australia on. Is that Marianne?
How are you?
Hi.
Hello?
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. You have such a lovely accent. It sounds as if you're singing when you're speaking.
Oh, thank you. So do you. You have a very beautiful accent.
Thank you. I love that. Did you have a particular... Thanks. Did you have a particular area of focus for this evening?
I actually do, and I hope you can answer this. If you can't, that's fair enough. I've just had a bit of a health issue. Sorry.
I said I'll do my best.
Yeah, thank you. I've just had a bit of a health issue. where I've had just a lot of compression on the side of my neck with my nerves and arteries over the last 10 years. And I finally got to a good place in 2022 where I had decompression with all the surgeries and I was moving forward in life.
Right.
And then I had a surgery in 2023 and it was a disaster where the surgeon put metal plates on my ribs. He tied my shoulder blade up to that plate. I honestly felt I was dying. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move my shoulder blade. Yeah, it was a disaster. And he ended up taking all of that off. And
thank God.
I'm somewhat better. Yeah, but now I just feel like I can't even get out of bed because I'm just struggling with, it feels like because where he's detached my shoulder blade and reattached it, it's like he's unaligned my neck and my spine, and I'm just struggling. I'm so lost. I don't even know. When I look at my future, I just see black because I don't see anything. I don't see hope. I don't see how I'm going to get, there's no answers. I don't even know what to do to get out of this now.
The first
and
couple
that's why
of
I just wanted a reading, just guidance from you, whatever you can give me, please.
Absolutely. As soon as you said metal plates, I heard very loud in my head, that has to stay out of your body. And less, believe it or not, about the placement and more about you having a sensitivity to those metal plates. That was not the right thing for you personally. Some people do very well with that. I get that you have a resistance, if you will, to it. And anytime in the future somebody says they're going to put in a metal plate, ask them if there is an alternative. Because right off the bat, it not only created pressure in certain areas, but it created inflammation within your body. And your body's not yet recovered. Okay. 100%. Notice the word.
And you know what? Yeah, sorry. And I also feel like my ribs are actually damaged now, like they're just burning, and that really scares me. That really scares me because I'm struggling.
Okay. I am not a physician. I will just tell you what I sense, what I feel. Ultimately, your decisions are your own. And you, of course, confer with doctors. However, the way this feels to me is it was not the ribs, but I get that there is some neuropathy in respect to the nerves around the ribs that were impacted. I feel that there's still inflammation there. And the biggest thing that I keep coming to is take your time, work on shifting. And it's a lot of people hear me say about making changes in diet, but I feel when there's something so severe like this, it's so important to start looking into what foods benefit eliminating inflammation. That's number one.
Okay,
number two.
I get it. Thank you.
Number two. Yes. Take a look at what foods influence nerve damage or what vitamins or supplements. I'm actually leaning towards vitamins and supplements more than food that can restore nerves. So two things. What foods are beneficial to eliminate inflammation? And the other is what minerals and vitamins restore nerves? Because I feel like if you do that within 6 months to a year, you will feel like you again. And I know you're not seeing that.
God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like crying. You are so amazing. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You've really touched my heart. Thank you.
I'm so glad. But really and truly, I'm not saying this just to be nice. My heart tells me that you are going to be okay. You just have to get very strict with yourself for this period of time to clear out the inflammation and to balance out the nerve endings. And again, I'm not coming from a medical perspective. This to me is sensory. The burning that you are feeling, it again, feel like it has to do with the nerves themselves. But like all things in our body, we have the ability to have those things replenished, repaired, change. A lot of very well-known philosophers and even physicians like Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra works with spirituality. He is a physician. He knows how the body works, and he always talks about the body replaces itself. You know, organs actually change, and each one has a certain period of time. Keep that in mind as you pursue this, because again, my heart tells me within 6 months to a year, you will find yourself feeling like you again. It's the in-between part that's tough. And that means finding the key in respect to the right sort of supplements, finding the key in respect to the foods. And when I say be strict, I hate to say it, it's the holidays. If you want to have a great time with food during the holidays, make sure that right after you start eating the way that you need to create health within. The other thing here is, as best as you can, start doing some breath work every day. See if you can set a timer 3 times a day for 5 minutes. 15 is a magical number. It has been for a millennium. And working with that number means that you're working with the divine. So each time you do 5 minutes 3 times a day, you create the number 15. That energy itself will raise your vibration and speed up your ability to heal. All right, my friend. You're very welcome.
Thank you so much. And may I ask just one more question? Do you still going the alternative way, or do you see any more surgeries down the line? Like, I understand it's up to a doctor, but just your guidance and your feeling.
My heart tells me that the body needs to finish healing before you look at anything else as far as that is invasive. And again, not a physician, so always defer to your judgment of the physician. However,
I felt
just keep coming back to, if you give yourself the opportunity to heal by getting strict with the few things we spoke about, it will make a massive difference. And when I talk about even breath work, get serious about it. 3 times a day, set a timer and do nothing but breathe. Put on music if you want, or sit under a tree, but just breathe and focus on how great it feels to breathe, because that too raises your vibration for healing. I thank you for calling, and I wish you the best, and I wish you a beautiful new year.
Thank you so much. I finally now, I don't feel lost, and I feel I have a way. Thank you so much from my heart. I really appreciate this reading.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, and bye-bye.
Take care. Thank you. Bye.
I believe we have Maureen from California on the line. North Carolina. Oh, I can't read anymore. Maureen, are you still there?
Yes, I'm Maureen from North Carolina.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what I'm seeing now. Different from what I normally see. Did you have a specific area of focus you want to look at this evening?
Yes. I'm interested in my love life right now.
Okay. All right. We are in, what are we in? We're in December, almost the end of the year. I keep hearing 3. And if I go back November, so let's see, November, October, so September. Yes, October, November, yes. So September, end of September, it feels as if there was a shift in respect to connection, relationship, romantic entanglements, but it feels as if it wasn't necessarily in the way that you would have expected. That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason it wasn't the way you expected it was, unfortunately, what you wanted in your heart was not in alignment with what the gods and the universe want for you. What's wanted is actually better. And I know this sounds peculiar because I feel like you were like, no, this is moving in the right direction and things are supposed to be good and we're going to keep going forward and everything's going to blossom. And yet I keep coming back to the reasons things went awry the way they did was so that you could see more clearly what this relationship meant and what the people around you, how they were influencing you. Going into the new year. I'm sorry, say that again.
I've learned I learned a lot, but I'm right now I'm in a new relationship right now. Very new relationship.
Going into the new year, because this new relationship is like brand new. Okay, not from September. This is again brand new. This has a sense more of ease to me than the previous, and yet I feel like it's not exactly perfect timing yet. And I know that sounds nuts because you're like, but wait, this is what I want. I'm here. Know that by March, that's when things start to feel more as you would want them to be. It starts to feel that there's more of a genuine connection. And the overall impression is by the time summer rolls around, you will have what you want. But between now and March, there is this shift. It to me almost feels like just, I don't want to say going through the motions, but just allowing things to happen, just going with the flow, good, bad, and different. Just kind of say, okay, next. Be receptive to just going with it. Part of the issue that I'm getting here is, like many of us, we have expectations of what we want, and we want it so much that we expect it in relatively short periods of time. And yet we know that any really good relationship, even just a friendship, takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. I don't know why we get so stuck on, but I have this attraction to this person and they're treating me nice. And so this is supposed to be good for forever. It doesn't always work out that way. I'm simply saying, go with the flow for the next several months. You will find, again, by summer, things will be...
What I plan on doing, for some reason, I have the same feeling that you're just telling me something about summertime. So when everything is going to click in, you know?
Yes, recognize that this is confirmation for what you were feeling. And again, I keep saying go with the flow, but this is different than just saying, oh, well, yeah, they asked me out, so I'm going out. No, this is allowing, again, good, bad, or indifferent. And when I say that, if you get ticked off at something, instead of being, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did this, this is what happened, just turn around and say, oh, I'm just going to go with it. Do I want to go out again? Yes or no? Keep it gentle. Keep it easy for you. And I'm going to give a very fun analogy. But the analogy is as if you were going for dinner and you had a choice between steak or chicken. It wouldn't be a task to really worry about it and really think about it and really hold on to it. You would just say one or the other, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is what you need to do now, between now and end of March, knowing that summertime brings you exactly what you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for confirming that for me.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. I'd like to bring up something, if I may. I keep getting abdomen, lower back, upper legs, kind of sensitivity there. I'm going to simply say, remember to stretch. Even if you're not going to do exercise, even if it's a day that you're just kind of lounging around, stretch. There's something going on. I feel with lumbar. Feels like L3 or L4, more towards the right side. And then I get another area higher up. Okay, so that I'm clear with this, it feels to me as if the spine itself has a couple of little, I'll call them inconsistencies. Obviously not a medical phraseology. However, doing some stretching, and gentle stretching, not like, oh my gosh, I got to push myself, but just gentle stretching, I feel like will balance out whatever has been going on. And a part of this to me is not being enough not having enough confidence within yourself when it comes to interpersonal relationships. You're very confident in other areas of your world. Actually, I'd say you're a powerhouse. You're the person that I want in my corner if I want to get something done. But when it comes to the interpersonal interaction, confidence hasn't been as strong as it should be the last couple of years. And there is that.
You're very right.
There is that direct corollary between what's happening in your head and what's happening in the physical body. And think of it this way. The spine obviously is that structure that keeps everything moving, right? We have to have the spine connected to our legs and the nerves and the arms, neck, and, the whole shebang here. You can't focus or be disturbed on one end without it having an impact on the other. And I'm not saying this for work. I'm simply saying that for the last couple of years, there's been a bit more stress on your physical body than there should be as a result of what was going on emotionally. This can shift with ease. It's important to stretch. And if you're open to doing, not Qigong, but let's say Tai Chi, which is a type of martial arts that has to do with flow and movement and stretching, that's great. Or dancing, but not crazy dancing, but dancing that's more modern dance where, your arms go out and there's a movement to it. Think flow. Funny enough, I keep getting flow all the way around you. So flow within the emotions, and then the body follows suit. And you'll find that you're feeling really empowered as well as really strong by the time summer rolls around.
Okay. Yeah, I've been through a lot the last couple of years. So. You're so right about the last couple of years. And I've had a lot of emotional bad things. So.
Well, on a good note, 25 brings a nice change. I'd love to tell you it's the first day of the year. It's not. But
I don't think it will be. But
there is a difference, though. By the time summer rolls around, really and truly, you will start breathing easier all the way around. You start to see things in a new light. And I get going from onset of summer, so beginning June, July, August, September, October, all the way through November, it's that feeling of, yay, I'm on Happy Street. Things are just moving and grooving. Wow, all that craziness was worth it. Also know that you may have the opportunity, actually, I feel like you will have the opportunity to move in 25. And if you're thinking, but I like where I'm at, just know that it's a good opportunity. It's not because something bad happens. It's because there's a blessing there. I'd like to take advantage of it.
Right, and there's a possibility, actually. If things go in the right direction, which I feel it's going to, I will be moving next year.
So things are
next year.
Yes, things are on the upswing, and it's simply a matter of, again, staying in that flow as much as you possibly can, stretching, gentle movements. I'm going to say the only exception to that would be if you're listening to music and you want to tap your foot like a crazy woman, snap your fingers, move your head. That's going to be really good for you. It's connected with the music itself. So any music that you really enjoy, that you really love, play it as much as you possibly can between now and summer. It will speed up your process. Also,
wonderful.
All right, my friend.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate this reading. I think that I've been feeling some of the same things that you just said. So
great. Listen to your intuition. It's there to serve you.
Right. And I'm trying to tap into it a lot more than I used to.
Wonderful. Know also that a lot of your dreams are bringing you messages. You may want to leave a pad and paper, a pad and pen, or a pad and pencil next to the bed. And before you even get out of bed, grab it and just start writing whatever pops into your head. Because I feel like you're getting messages through sleep time.
Okay. I do. I feel like I do too, but I forget my dreams. That's the thing. By the time I get up, I forget,
before you jump up, just lay there for a moment and breathe and just say to yourself, is there something I need to remember, or is there something I need to know? And then just write. Don't censor it, just write. Because usually what happens is you're in that alpha state, which is that state between sleep and awake. You're not quite asleep, but not quite awake. And you can tap back into the messages that you received during dream time, during sleep time. That when you jump out of bed, start your day, it goes, whoof, disappears. Take that moment. Just kind of take a breath.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you giving me a reading.
My pleasure. Have a very happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Now, this is for everybody who's listening. You have intuition. It's great to talk to a psychic, and don't get me wrong, I love talking to everybody, and if I can help in any way, shape, or form, I truly enjoy doing that. However, I do believe in you being empowered. I believe in you using your own gifts, you paying attention to those nuances and those awarenesses that exist. They are there to serve you. It doesn't mean that you have to know absolutely everything before it happens, but it does mean noticing if something feels off or noticing if something feels right. Too often we have lovely things that are around us. We have wonderful experiences that show up and we don't recognize them till afterwards. When I say afterwards, that somebody says, oh, didn't you notice that? Or did you see that? Or, oh, did you catch that? We shouldn't have to wait until other people point out information to us. We have it within ourselves to connect with the divine, to connect with higher knowing. We have that gift from the moment that we are born. It is simply a matter of allowing it to be with us. We kind of do a disadvantage to ourselves and to our children and loved ones when we say, nope, that box is not a train. Nope, that box is not a house. Nope, meaning when we stop ourselves or stop our loved ones from using our imagination, oftentimes we slow down our intuitive knowing. They are connected. They both come into us, through the same vehicle, through the same parts of our being. And the more we pay attention to these things, the stronger they become. Do yourself a favor. Allow yourself to hear those soft little nudges and pay attention to what's around you. You'll benefit by it. I thank you for being with me this evening, and I hope you have a beautiful holiday. If you'd like to reach me, feel free to give a call at the office, 561-755-2166. Have a beautiful, blessed evening. Thank you.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I'm your host, Mary. I hope that you're all doing really well in December. And of course, there is a lot of stuff going on now leading up to Christmas and everything. So before I get into the show, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and be supportive of each other. You know, if you don't have a lot of money for gifts and things like that, that's not what the spirit of it is. And so just be good to each other. Phone calls, a nice kind word, you know, the smallest thing can make somebody feel valued, seen, heard. So just whatever you can contribute to humanity in your own small or big way, that's all anybody ever asks of us. Okay, so I hope the festive season is good to you next week. And we will move right along into the 3-card pull for the collective. So you can think about whether you're drawn to card 1, 2, or 3. Now, if you are drawn to card 1, the card that I've pulled for you is the wish card. And it is, it's got here, your heart's desire is ready to come true. It's this card here with the big wishing bone on it. Now, you are guided. This is about like getting creative with what you want for yourself, all right? And it's also about having faith. And now I read this somewhere, faith over fear, and it's kind of stuck with me. I place it to everything now, and I'm getting it for this reading too. And it's, you know, like just having faith, whether you want to have faith in a divine creator or faith in yourself, whatever resonates with you. And it's just moving forward, doing what you want to do, trusting yourself, and knowing that you can do whatever, all right? Manifest, handing it over to a divine creator, whatever you wish to do, okay? If you are drawn to the second pile, it is the card of birth. It's a universal energy, bringing you opportunity and possibilities, all right? And that's the card there. Now, of course, this can be a child on the way, but it can also be a new you, a new purpose for you in your life. I'm also getting, don't allow anyone to derail you at this time. So if you're choosing to go down a certain path and people are kind of leading you away or not being very supportive, you know, stick to your guns. Don't be tempted to go off your path and off your goals. Whatever it is that you want to birth, all right, now is the time to do it. It's like it's your little baby. So whatever that looks like, it can be a new relationship, it can be anything, okay? So just move forward positively with that. The third card that I've drawn is the death card. So if you've chosen this card, a lot of people hear that word and just automatically think somebody's going to die. Now, obviously, people pass away all the time, okay? So unless somebody is extremely old or extremely sick and you know that that's inevitable, then this might resonate with you. However, when I drew this card, for most of the collective, this has to do with the old you dying and the new you coming to life. This is like, and I'll show you the card too, it's got a time of natural transition and transformation. And as you look at the card there, you can see it's just transforming. It's like, you know, the little moth turning into a butterfly and just, you know, resonating with light and with the higher self as well. All right. So, you know, this is a spiritual elevation where you won't be controlled by anybody anymore. This is the new you. So tune into your higher self, all right? And the higher self is not just about what is best for us. When you tune into your higher self, it's about what's best for you, but also what's best for everyone around you. You want it to be a rippled effect that is karmically good for everyone, but ultimately serves you. So you always ask for the best outcome for all concerned. Okay, so I hope that's resonated with you all. If it doesn't, then it might be something that comes up for you later. All right, now I've got Maria on the phone from Melbourne. How are you, Maria?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today? I'm going to talk real quick.
Okay, apparently I've got a free reading.
Yes, you do. I've got a female spirit here with me, and I'm just going to see if you know who she is, because she's been here since this morning, all right? She could be for somebody later on. I'll just check. This is a woman who has dark hair. She's slender in her body, not very thin, but just nice, right? And she's wearing her hair. It's like a browny sort of color, or maybe even a bit darker. It's hard to tell. And she's got her hair up. She's very well dressed. She might not have always had her hair up, but it's not like a ponytail like I've got, right? And this woman, she potentially could have been religious, because all I could hear was this In Excess and Jimmy Barnes song where the chorus is, Mary, Mary. I wrote it down, Mary, Mary, you're on my mind, right? You're an Aussie, you should know this song. And and she kept saying, let's pray. Do you know anyone that was religious, or have you been praying lately?
I pray to the universe.
Yeah. Do you know anyone in spirit that was very religious that fits that description? Because she also showed me coughing and hanging on to like her throat and her chest area, and she was showing me that she felt nauseous as well. That could have been like before she passed.
Not offhand, no.
Okay, it's all right. I'll leave her with you. She does have a message in case that you remember who she is, all right? And she's just saying that she's upset with the way, because I feel like this is for you, Maria. She's saying that she's upset with the way that you've been treated lately. So I don't know if people have kind of like stabbed you in the back or a bit lately, or you found out something like that, or you're going to, but she's quite upset about that, and she wants you to, she's just encouraging you to put one foot in front of the other and just keep going forward. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
All right. Now, what I'm getting also for you is this is a time for you now to kind of like manifest and create things that you want. And I don't know if this is sort of like we're in the past, like, because I'm getting a lot of stuff like money and love around you, money relationships around you the most. And it's like, are you wanting to sort of like create your own independent wealth? Sort of like, are you in a relationship right now?
Yes.
Yeah, where you want to have like your own wealth, your own, whether it's your own business or have a job that you
I have
can
that
get.
Anyway. I've got that now.
Okay, good. All right. Because I'm getting all of that around you. There could also be new ideas coming your way because I'm seeing new stuff and everything in the past that hasn't worked. I see you moving forward, and Spirit are going to help you with this as well. Okay. So just look at go with your gut and your intuition. All right. If it feels right, go for it. Because I'm getting like in the tarot card, I'm getting like the Ace of Swords in my third eye. I was going to say my third head. So hopefully I don't have another two. I've already got one that gives me a headache. And I'm just getting, like this is like ideas, and these are ideas that are coming from a divine source, okay, that a spirit are helping you. So just tune in. And I'm also getting any burdens or anything that has kept you up, stressed, or anything, that is all going to pass. You're entering into a new phase now where things are going to move quickly for you. You might be in a position financially where you assist others. I'm also seeing like movement, and it can even be travel for you as well. Are you planning a holiday or planning on moving anywhere?
Yes.
Okay, that's
traveling.
Yeah, okay, that's all going to start coming for you. I'm seeing like your luck, like changing, whether it's for the better or continuing, but there's a lot of that. I can see the Wheel of Fortune, and it's just going around and around. It's just like giving you more and more and more. There are victories for you in your relationship. If you have felt that you haven't always gotten what you want out of your relationship, where maybe you might have felt at times where you might have been excluded, or you daydream about it being different, maybe not necessarily better, but different in the way that is better for you, then I'm just seeing that if you just stay focused and work on that and work with your partner, you can move forward with that and cultivate it. Because I'm getting a lot of like couples, twos, lovers, but it's like hard work maybe at the moment. Does that make sense for you?
Yes, because I haven't seen him much lately because I'm working like I'm silly, working every day, and we don't live together. We don't live together. We live in separate houses.
Yeah, well, that's what makes things hard, and then that's where, because I also saw like conflict around it as well. Okay, so, and there are decisions to be made around that as well, your relationship too. So if you want it to work, don't listen to gossip. You can beat all of this.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Love Life with Katana Star. Katana Star. Live from katanastar.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Love Life on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Katie. Welcome to Love Life. I just want to wish all my Wiccan and pagan friends in the Northern Hemisphere a blessed Yule solstice. And in the Southern Hemisphere, of course, we're coming into Letha, which is the summer solstice. Now, I identify as an eclectic witch, which means I actually celebrate and embrace practices from all cultures, all different religions and practices. So I also celebrate Christmas. So I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas for next week, because I won't be back until Friday, obviously. And stay safe, stay merry. All right. So I'm going to give a collective message from my Sacred Circle deck today for everyone who's listening or watching, and hopefully it resonates for you. I'll also be accepting a caller when one comes through. So here we go. I will focus my energy now on the 20th of the 12th, 24. Quickly, I need to let people know as well, if you try to contact me for a reading, please do so through my Facebook page, because I'm upgrading my website currently and something's happened with my domain name and the link's broken and it's really frustrating. And we're even coming out of Mercury retrograde, so I don't know what's going on. I'm not very tech savvy, but hopefully I shall have it sorted within the next few days. All right, let me get back to focusing on a collective message. Here we go. All right. Collective message. Here we go. All right, here we go. We've got the Page of Cups. This is beautiful. I love the Page of Cups. For me, in particular, I always relate to inner child stuff when this card comes out for me. But it can also mean a younger person in your life, okay? So there might be a younger person with more of a youthful or sort of childish energy about them, either going through some things at the moment to do with reflective stuff, even sometimes self-esteem stuff. The page can be quite shy and self-critical at times, but also that's not a bad thing. Sometimes that's about them, learning who they are and learning about their dreams and not being frightened to dream big either. When this card comes out, it is a good indication to, you could say let pigs fly, but to remember your hopes and dreams, and also to have faith and confidence in yourself. There's also Pisces energies to this card too, but it is quite a beautiful card, and I love this one. But whenever this card comes out for me, I'm sort of getting with a collective feeling at the moment. That inner child stuff, the joy of Christmas even, and remembering all those sorts of things of what it was like when Santa came and we unwrapped our presents under the tree and all that sort of stuff, and hanging on to those cherished memories. And a lot of that might be coming up with nostalgic stuff at the moment too for people. But that's the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups. It can also mean, sometimes it can cross over a little bit to the meaning of the Knight of Cups, meaning someone might be offering you something like an apology or something like that. And it's often sincere if that's the case. So, yeah, there was the Page of Cups. And look, honestly, I feel that with the inner child stuff at Christmas time, like I mentioned last week, it is always wonderful to appreciate those little things and the things that matter. So I've got Amanda on the phone. How are we, Amanda?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. What can I do for you?
Whatever you pull, whatever comes to mind.
So you'd just like a general reading from the tarot and oracles?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
well, I'll tell you what. I like doing these sorts of readings because you never know what's going to come out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask my Sacred Circle for some guidance for Amanda, for what Amanda needs to know right now. And what this will do is pick up on the strongest energies around you at the moment. Okay, Amanda? So just give me a moment to focus and we'll see what comes out. Now, if you want to interrupt me at any time, please do, because I do tend to get on a roll and a ramble. Or if something's not clear, or if you want to ask me unpack something deeper, please just say so, okay? And I'll give you a heads up when we've got about 30 seconds left. All right, here we go. Amanda. What does Amanda need to know right now? Some guidance, please. Okay, we've got the Two of Wands. We have got the Page of Swords. We've got the High Priestess. We've got the Five of Discs, and we've also got the Lovers. Okay, so we've got two biggies. Now, I just kept pulling cards there, Amanda, until it felt right to stop. And there is quite some big energy around you at the moment, okay? The two major themes at the moment, the two major cards I've got at the moment is the High Priestess and the Lovers cards, okay? And these are signifying life changes and big life things that you're going through at the moment, all right? And let's unpack that a little bit more. There's something going on with a partnership for you, okay? I've got the Two of Wands here. Now, this indicates there's either been some plans discussed with another party, all right? Now, this could be a partner or a friend or even a family member. And with the Page of Swords next to this is going to involve either a journey with this sort of character, this person with these traits, okay? The Page of Swords could be sort of younger or, you know, in a certain, probably not as articulate as you in so many ways or in a way of knowledge. They could be, you know, choosing to extend their education, or you could be even thinking about going back to school or something like that. The Page is always on a quest. They're always wanting to find out more, always wanting to get to the bottom of something, okay? So that's either representing your energy in this partnership or the other person, okay? And next to this, I've got the High Priestess, which is beautiful, all right? The High Priestess really calls upon you to trust your intuition and to trust your gut feeling on this, okay? So if you've been talking to somebody about doing something, if it's about going back to school or furthering your education somehow, or even the Page of Swords does mention it could be just getting to the bottom of something. But with the Two of Wands here, often it takes courage and it takes a bit of passion behind it, okay? So whatever you're looking at here, the High Priestess is here to tell you, you kind of already know. And she's asking you to really go within and listen to that inner voice and really, you know, that gut feeling. We all have it. We all have that sixth sense. We all kind of know. But we don't trust it because we've been conditioned not to. But that's what she's all about. She's beautiful. And she's reminding you just how powerful, how psychic you are, how magic you are, and how you do have this ability. And she's calling upon you to go back within and trust yourself. Now, you've also got the Five of Discs here. Now, this can represent some financial difficulties at the moment, Amanda, or feeling financially restricted in some shape or form. And with the other cards here, with this partnership or with this, you know, possibility of returning to study or something like that, the challenge is going to be finances, okay? Or this is probably what you're worried about. So you could possibly have some stuff going on at the moment with, you know, bills piling up and you can't see the feasibility of what it would be like to pursue this path on the Two of Wands that we were talking about. We've got the Lovers here, though. So the Lovers indicates normally a choice around this, and that's whether or not to invest in this partnership and support this idea and go with the flow, so to speak, and manage the finances, you know, trust that they'll fall into place, because the Five of Pentacles is always a temporary situation. Or to sort of to hesitate and play it safe, I guess you could say, with the financial situation here. Now, is this all making sense for you at the moment, Amanda?
Yes.
Great. Okay, I just wanted to double check that I'm on the right path there. The cards rarely give me wrong messages. Sometimes I'm a little bit off interpreting them, but at the moment they seem to be quite strong. In a nutshell, what I'm getting for you is there is this partnership. There is a decision to be made with this partnership on whether or not to get to the bottom of something or pursue some kind of knowledge or or skills or something like that. But the money situation's being a bit hesitant there. And the sacrifice cards just come out as well. And that means in order to pursue this, then you would likely have to pursue the comforts of, lose the comforts so much of the financial situation. But look, I'll give you a little bit of guidance on this. The biggest message I'm getting, honestly, is the High Priestess is telling you to go within and trust yourself on this one, okay? I'm actually feeling very much that this is something that you would be supportive in doing and that you would want to do, and that sometimes often the scariest things in life, and I know this is cliche, but the scariest things in life are change that scare us most. And normally that's what we should be doing, because that's what pays off in the end, okay? That's what brings you the ultimate happiness. Right. There you go. Have you thought about renovating your home or moving house?
Yes, actually I have.
Okay, well that card's come out as well.
I've been thinking about both.
Right, okay, so that's there as well. And that could be something that's maybe making you hesitate in this financial situation. Does that sound right?
Yes, it does.
Right. Now, next to the sacrifice card, that's saying that would probably have to go on hold at the moment so you could pursue the other path. I've also got the card here to say be positive, okay? I've got the yes card, be positive, yes, all right? And there's a timing on this that says now, all right? So at the moment, with whatever's been on your mind involving this partnership, it's saying to be positive, think yes. Yes, there is a sacrifice you might have to make. And that is the financial feasibility of being able to renovate your home and all that sort of stuff, or do these things that you were saying you want to do. Let me just give you one more bit of a guidance here, Amanda. But ultimately, in the long run, it's going to pay off. All right, there's some storm brewing chaos, and tread carefully. Sorry, did you have a question?
No, I'm listening.
No? All right. So the storm brewing chaos, tread carefully, that's telling me that not everyone's agreeing at the moment, okay? What that can also mean too is downloading other people's negative energy, all right? I'm not sure if you can see the screen here, but I'm holding up a card that shows a lightning storm. And this can signify a bit of conflict, or it can signify sudden kind of, disagreements or something like that, throwing your plans out of whack. And it's just saying, just be prepared. There's nothing to be frightened of, but there is an indication there that not everyone's going to agree. Let's have a look here. Oh, you are blessed, guided, have confidence and honour yourself. You know what, Amanda, whenever this card comes out, it's a reminder that your guides and your angels are right with you, okay? And if you're not trusting your gut feeling, all right, they're asking you to. They're asking you to trust that gut feeling inside, just like the High Priestess did. And if you want a sign from them, or if you want something like that, or more further affirmation, all you've got to do is ask, because they're right there. They're always there. And they just want you to know that they're there, and you can trust your inner voice and your gut feeling, and ask them for a sign and they will show. All right, so I've got about 30 seconds left, Amanda. Was there one more question that you might have for me?
No, you actually covered everything that's been going on right now. So, you've done really good.
All right. Well, look, I wish you all the very best with whatever you decide. Go within and trust that inner voice, okay? That's what I keep getting massively strong. And you know what? With the partnership that's involved in this, I think, like I said to you, if you take those chances that sometimes feel the scariest, they're the ones that you should be taking, because they're the ones that are going to pay off and give you the ultimate, happiness in the end. Even though it might be tricky financially, ultimately it will pay off. All right. Bless thee, Amanda. Have a wonderful Christmas and a safe and happy New Year. And to everyone else, I shall see you same time next week. Take care. Thank you.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyons.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is New York City Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, darling. I'm Perry Lyons. I assume you're looking this way, so I'll try to look this way, but what's going on with my camera? That's neither here nor there. Hello. Merry Christmas. Happy almost Hanukkah. Happy solstice. Almost. happy December things. I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook, where I'm Perry Lyons, Perilyons, but I posted a very important seasonal warning about ninja penguins. I suggest you read it. Anyway, hi. I used to work in retail during the holidays, well, also every other day. I was personal shopper at the Louis Vuitton flagship store, which oddly, you'd think it would pay a lot. You'd be wrong. They're French. They don't pay. But I love French people. Anyway, so I guess what I'm trying to say is after I was in retail for like 10 years, personal shopper at all these fancy stores. And so one of the nice things about working for myself these days is I don't have to listen to Christmas carols, which I love, Christmas songs, for 9 hours a day for 10 years. So, and there's some really odd, like, Christmas songs out there. Remember, I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. Like, that kid needs therapy badly. Or, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth, my 2 front teeth, which I guess is nice, but whenever I sing it, I always sing it, all I want for Christmas is your 2 front teeth, and whoever I'm singing it near gets afraid and runs away. Anyway, happy holidays. I'm here for your deepest questions. They don't have to be holiday related, but if you want to randomly insert the word holly in there just so we know it's Christmas, that's fine. You don't have to. We're going to start off, and by we, I mean I know, oh, and I got plural, by doing the psychic tarot weather. Hooray! And so, I don't know if you can see my lights and my all that good stuff up there, but I'm feeling very holiday-ish. I'm going to draw 3 cards randomly. I hope they're good. Never do this beforehand because that would be cheating. And the first card is the beginning of the week. Second card is like the weekend. Third card is up to next Wednesday. And then we start the whole thing over again. Wow, interesting. Okay. So here we go. First card, which, sorry, there we go. A lot of people were asking about jobs. There have been a lot of people sort of, let's just say people have been, how can I put this? People have been losing their jobs in the last month. I've had a lot of people calling about that. But the good news is there are going to be a lot of new hires in January and February and March. So I'm not really worried about you guys. In Japan, if somebody gets fired or downsized, people say, congratulations, because what they're saying is that wasn't a good fit for you, and now you're going to find something that's wonderful for you. That's really the feeling I have for all of you who are job hunting right now. And what's interesting is the first card here. I don't know if you can see it. Do this. It's a guy, if you can see, it's a stonemason in a cathedral. He's pointing out this groovy stone carving he just did to the 2 people who own the cathedral, who are dressed very strangely indeed. But what this means, I used to call this a record company card back when there were records and record companies, because I usually got it right before a musician got signed to a record contract, which meant that they were an artist, an individual. Hi, Christine, I'll be with you in a couple minutes. Do some deep breathing for me while you're waiting and think about your question. Thank you, baby. See you in a minute. So, where was I? Where am I? Who are you? Help. No, kidding. So this is an artist or somebody with a creative personality working in a secure environment, because the cathedrally strange dressed people are going to ask the artist guy to come back and carve more stone thingamabobs next week and the week after that. So this is somebody who has maybe a creative nature who is going to be getting some sort of secure financial stability in the next, I would say within the next, 3 months, probably sooner. So interesting that showed up, because I wasn't trying for that. Okay, this one's a little, bear with me because there's a good outcome here, I think. This card, when this card comes up, it's hard to really explain to the client that it's kind of a good thing because essentially it looks like an incredibly depressed person looking at some spilled cups, which, I mean, spilled cups is like, dude, get over it. So this is a card of like, turn around, dude, see the 2 full cups behind you. It's a card, people get lonely sometimes in the holiday season, or we get nostalgic for our childhoods when we were clothed and fed and people did stuff for us and we didn't have to worry about anything. Worried about some things, but mostly like, what am I going to name my teddy bear? So it's saying that if you feel nostalgic or sad during the holiday season, because, families change and people come and go, remember that everything you've ever experienced that was wonderful is totally still in there in you. And because as a psychic, I know that all time is now, and everything happens kind of at the same time, just in a really big room, oddly with red flocked wallpaper. But remember that even though it seems like in the past, there's a part of us that is in that moment forever, the happy moment. And in a way, I think when we go to the other side, and I can say this with some authority because A, I've been there myself, and B, I talk to people who are there on a regular basis, and they back me up on this. They're not backing me up on the Ninja Penguin thing, but they're backing me up on everything else. I think that we get to stay in our happiest moments for as long as we want. We can do that now. The last is an interesting card. It's from a deck that's about animals. Don't go away, dear. I'll be with you in 1 second. It's called Crow Spirit. And Crow Spirit means you're in a great time right now to, I'm going to use the M word, manifest, to make another M word, make things happen for yourself. It's about co-creating with spirit, whatever you want to call the universe, spirit, Bob, it's up to you. So the other thing is crows are just awesome. I don't want to keep my beloved caller waiting, but crows are really smart and they're very cool. And that's all I'm going to say. And you're cool too. Hi, dear. Are you still there? Thank you for waiting.
Of course I'm here. Hi.
Oh, bless you. Hello, Daron. How are you?
Hi. I'm okay.
Good, thanks. Tell me your first name again, because it flashed on the screen, and I have the memory of a concussed duckling. So tell me your first name again.
Christine.
Nice name. Hello. Thank you, Christine. Hi. And I like to connect people through their birthday. When's your birthday, my dear?
August 14th, 1958.
Oh, cool. Your year of the, this is going to sound bad, but it's actually a great thing. Your year of the dog in Chinese astrology. And you're, of course, a wonderful Leo. I love Leos. Oh, I'm Moon and Leo. So aren't they great? I'm a Pisces, but I'm Moon and Leo. I have Leo envy. If I was going to start like a clinic where people could fly and get their signs changed, like a sign reassignment clinic, I would be a Leo. So, I was going to say something else. What was it? So how can I help you, my angel?
I have had some health challenges, and I find myself sabotaging myself very often. And I would like to know what's behind that, or I want it, and then I find this subconscious part just sabotaging, and it's really taken me down.
Okay, I can tell you a couple of things right off. A, this is fixable because you're talking to somebody who is widely known and loved as the empress of unbelievably effective self-sabotage. So, I mean, I had the manager of the then manager of the Rolling Stones come see me sing one night. I was a cabaret singer in New York. He saw me 3 different nights. And he was like, I love you. You're a genius. You write songs. You're cute. I mean, I was cute back then. Now I'm 1 million years old. But, and so he said, please drop off a demo tape of your stuff at my office tomorrow. And you know what I did? I managed to fall down the steps and break my kneecap. And this is kind of before we all had cell phones. So I'm just saying, so I never got it to him. So, and I'm a jerk because I would be calling from a gold house with a platinum couch right now. However, what I can tell you is what you're doing is you're sabotaging yourself because there is some reason in your family of origin that somebody there felt they were in competition with you, or they didn't want you to shine. Or the other thing is there are a lot of beautiful moms out there who want to keep us safe. And sometimes they confuse love and fear. So you might have had, I'm going to say, a mother who worried so much about you and kind of didn't want you to get so big that people would want to hurt you or be jealous of you.
I wouldn't be, well, I wouldn't be safe. So my mom was very controlling because she had a lot of fear. And she was also jealous of me because my father, I was the firstborn girl, and my dad, I had my dad die. So that was really hard for her.
Yeah, I totally get that. That's what I was picking up on. So we got that first part done. What I would like you to do, so this is an odd question. Do you sing at all?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's not true. I do. I stand. I don't sing. I stand. Yes.
Well, just how can I put this? When I'm walking around the house doing stuff, I sing because I'm a singer. But to keep my, just sort of keep myself amused. Or I've got a Buddhist chant I do, which goes Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. But it takes too long to spell out for you, but it's very good. You can look it up. I want you to do something where you're going, okay, there's something called heart song.
A heart song?
Well, I'm going to ask you to, you don't have to be a singer, and I'm not going to ask you to do it here. I'll just demonstrate it for you. When you're having any kind of emotion, and there is a point to this, so hold on. That maybe an emotion that we kind of want to get away from, or maybe we'd like to explore a little, so what I do is I first kind of go into my heart. I mean, not literally, I don't use a butter knife, but I'll sort of get still and I'll breathe in a way. I'll try to breathe into my heart, and then I will make some sort of sound. It doesn't have to be pretty, especially if nobody's there. So be like, you're kind of expressing the emotion through the sound. And if you do it for like 5 minutes, and don't judge yourself about how it sounds, just kind of express the emotion through the air and the sound. It's totally uncomplicated. Once you do it for 5 seconds, you'll get it. I had one client, I told that to her, and she lost 5. She sat in the bathtub and did it. And her husband almost had her committed. But and she woke up the next morning, she'd lost 5 pounds. Because she released so much stuff. So eventually what you're going to want to do is remember that your mother did love you, but she did confuse fear with love. She thought controlling you was the absolute best thing she could do for you. She was wrong. But remember that it came from a loving place, even if it was kind of effed up and wrong. But so connect with her love, and then just try to drop the other stuff and just connect to her love. Maybe halfway during the heart song, or you can do it like the third time you do that. And know that what she wants for you, is she still here?
Yes, she is.
Oh, okay. Lucky you. My mom isn't. Know that even for actions and tone of voice or approval or whatever, don't make it seem this way. What she wants the most for you is for you to be happy, successful, and kind of win. In the tug of war between mother and daughter, it's very important that eventually the daughter wins and doesn't feel guilty about it. You have a huge rebirth coming up, January, February, and March for you. You're going to have these emotional epiphanies. If you can find a therapist, that might not be a bad thing, or ketamine therapy, but you're going to notice, you're going to be letting go of a lot of past stuff that hasn't isn't working for you because you have so much to give the world, and you tell yourself it's too late, and you are wrong. People live to a long time in your family. You haven't really even totally found your purpose yet. And as Albert Camus said,
kind of.
You haven't yet, but you haven't stepped fully into it. The way when you suddenly realize, oh my God, I want to serve. There's a part of you that feels like you have to reach. I'll stop talking in a second. I just got really excited here. Part of you that feels like you have to reach some sort of objective success, wealth, fame, and you've done some of that. But
my health, the health part is stepping out.
The health part. I'm not a doctor, so this is for entertainment purposes only. So first of all, I'd like you to start practicing something called radical acceptance. You're very, very self-critical, and you're such a good person. Bad people are never self-critical. That's why they're bad. But you're lovely. You really are. You're very hard on yourself, but you're lovely. So maybe when you start to criticize yourself, say like, I accept and love myself exactly the way I am. And trust me, after you do it 25,000 times, you'll start to believe it. I did. Okay. The second thing is there something, and again, entertainment purposes only, I can't legally do anything medical. I'm not a doctor, and I don't even play one on TV. My dad was. But this is a little weird. I'm getting kind of it's almost like a sluggish circulation thing, or Epstein-Barr or something. Do you have long COVID? It's not like
that's it. You've got it all. Yep, you've got it all. Right. It's viruses, cytomegalovirus, Epstein-Barr, and long COVID. Yeah.
If you wanted to write a testimonial on my Facebook page, I'd be really grateful because I am so bad at self-promotion, but I just love your vibe. So what I would do.
Tell me your name, though. I didn't even get your name.
Oh, Perry, P-E-R-I. Perry, with a P is in pneumonia. My last name is Lyons, Lyons, Perry Lyons.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, just contact me on Facebook, the personal page.
I will.
So here's what I would suggest. Go to your doctor, ask him if you can maybe do some, and what's worked for me, I had long COVID. I take a lot of vitamin B, very specific kinds. It's hard to get enough exercise at our age. And you also have some, I don't know if you have been diagnosed with it, you have a little arthritis. It feels like there's something coming on either in your hip or your lower back. Is that right?
Well, it's lupus, so it's inflammatory in the joint.
Okay, that's it. That's what I was picking up on. So for the new year, I would research anti-inflammatory diets. Take a buckload.
I'm doing that.
A bucket load of turmeric. I'm sure you're very intuitive about this. And you have some Virgo in your chart as well as Leo, so you're good at the health stuff.
I got Virgo rising.
Is that if you start working hard on your relationship with your mother, which is forgiving her, you don't have to forget it. But the word forgive means to drop. I had big beef with my brother. He and his wife just hated me. And I'm not used to people hating me. I'm nice. A little scatterbrained, but I'm nice. And it hurt more than anything. They cut me off and were telling people lies about me. It's like, why are you bothering? I'm not worth the energy. Come on, stop. But it hurt for years. I mean, it hurt more than anything. I've been hit in the head with a piano. I know what pain feels like. But when I finally let it go, and forgive is from the Greek root to drop. And I don't know about you, but I save up these grievances like I'm going to present them to some invisible judge and they're going to like me again. They're not. Or I don't know if they are. But for you, I think trying to accept that your mother did the best she knew how. She came from a family of origin with no emotional toolkit. None.
Yep.
She really does love you. She, got her issues. And it's hard for a woman to watch her daughter grow into a beautiful young woman. It's hard. I don't even have a daughter. It was tough for my niece. Watched my niece turn into a beautiful woman. I'm like, are you competition? But you're very different people. What you have in common is that you both have enormous capacities for love. In this life, you're here partially to teach her how to trust her own generosity, how to trust her capacity for love. Does that make sense? Am I babbling?
Yeah.
Please tell me I'm not babbling.
No. No, you're not. I'm crying.
Oh,
you're
and the Camus quote I was going to do is the meaning of life is doing anything that makes us not want to off ourselves. So, but as soon as I think the inflammatory stuff and the Epstein-Barr, because I found that I did a long sort of forgiving my mother ritual after I loved her more than anything in the world. You know, moms and daughters. We're like that. It's hard. I did a long sort of forgiving ritual, and I started to feel better. You have so much fatigue, and it's because you're carrying her around in your back, which is tiring. And it's just not a blame thing at all. And I'm not blaming you for your illness either. Illnesses, germs are germs. Illnesses are science is science. But I think you will feel better once you give yourself permission to outshine your mother, stand in your own light, and let her love you in the only way she knows how. Oh, that's the most I've ever talked in this show. What?
I have forgiven. I have worked with her, forgiven a lot, and there's more. I know.
Yes, but I know you have, because the ways in which you're different. You're not controlling at all. You're not a controlling, almost to a fault. There's a way in which you saw her be so controlling that you're almost live and let live to a fault. You're very kind and you're very generous. And not necessarily those. She's many good qualities, but I'm not sure the generous is one of them. You're very spiritually generous. And I'm in no way saying that you've done a huge amount of work. All I'm saying is that the last 5% is know that she loves you more than anything in the world. You're also her favorite. You don't have 4 siblings, do you?
What'd you say?
Oh, I said, you have 4 siblings, do you? I love you too. You're awesome. I haven't picked up an energy that like yours. I can't even tell you. You're so wonderful. I wish I could show you, like take a screenshot of my brain and show it to you. It's like, here's a screenshot of what's coming up for you. You are about to have the best 20 years of your entire existence. And you've had some nice times because you're very loving and you have capacity for joy. But the best part of your life is coming up. I want you to really believe you have so much to offer the world. Anyway, do you have 4 siblings or 3?
I have 2 that are alive and 2 that passed. So I have 4.
Okay,
and I'm
so I was getting 4. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry. That's really hard. So yeah, you have 4 siblings. Me too. You were your mom's favorite, and she kind of felt so guilty about that she might have given you the exact opposite impression. Is that true?
I just felt like who I was not okay with her.
Yeah, because she loved you. She loved you so much. I was afraid she felt out of control about that emotion.
Well, she told me that she was afraid to love me. If she did, I would die because she lost 2 children, and
yeah. But she loved you anyway. And she was telling you that she was telling you that she exactly what I just said, that loving you the way she does and did makes her feel not in control.
Okay.
But
okay.
Still, that makes sense. But she loves you beyond, just beyond. And you know, my mom drove me crazy. Every time I saw her, and I took care of her for 5 years, she'd be like, "Darling, if you only lost 5 pounds off your hips," I'm like, "My mom, I've got 40-inch hips. That's that. I need a chainsaw to change that." But anyway, happy holidays. I'm going to end in a second because my time's up. But thank you so much for letting me.
Thank you so much.
Present with you. Was that you want to sum up quickly what you got from what I said? Please? Do you want to sum up just quickly in a sentence or two what you got from what I said? It's a way of digesting the information and keeping it.
So trusting my intuition, working with forgiveness for myself and my mom. Yeah.
Perfect. And you're going to shine. The next, I'm telling you. I thank you so much. I love my callers. I get the best people in the world. I really do. I'm Perry Lyons. That color looks great on you. And happy holidays. Woo!
for Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host for the segment, Lady D. Hope you've all had an amazing week. So this retrograde, Mercury retrograde, you are meant to slow down. And for myself, who's someone who doesn't slow down, Mercury has, I've got a little bit of a cold here, so Mercury has sort of made me slow down, mixed with that retrograde with Mars. But the good news is definitely from the 17th, where I'm in Sydney, or the other side of the world, it will be the 16th. Mercury will be stationed direct, which will be great in Sagittarius. So I'm looking forward to that. We still have that Mars, which is going to be retrograde there. And I've noticed myself, I had to go on a road trip this week, and just a lot of car accidents, especially trucks on the road. So it was a bit chaotic there on the roads. And I feel like that's just the Mars going backwards, because I feel like when that was going to happen, it would be very chaotic. But we have a full moon that is happening on Sunday, the 15th of December at 8:01 p.m. It will be in Gemini, and that is my time here in Sydney. So this full moon, I feel like it's actually going to be quite positive. There's not a lot of aspects that it's really there. It's not conjuncting Jupiter while the full moon is on, but it does pass Jupiter. So it'll be in the same sign and be close. So we'll have like a lucky element to this retrograde as well, on the retrograde side of the full moon. And then with the only other aspect it has to the moon itself, we've got a sextile to Chiron, which is delivering like any sort of healing, the things that are causing you a little bit of drama or distress. We have a square that is happening to Neptune with the moon. So with that could bring about either you're not feeling emotional, it could be like dissolving sort of emotions could be coming up, or it could be a lot of delusion that comes up in two. But it could be, it's a square, so they won't maybe not work in harmony with each other, the moon, Neptune with that aspect. But we've got a lot of other positive aspects during this full moon. We've got a sextile with Mercury and Venus. We do have that square still with Mercury and Saturn. We've got also this week on the 19th is when that sextile to Mercury and Venus will end. And that is helping us with communication to do with like relationships and also finances. Then we've also got a try this week from Mercury and Mars coming in. And there's also still got the aspect of Venus opposing Pluto still just for this weekend. That will finish up on the weekend. We've got that the Mercury square Saturn, that is causing a bit of havoc with communication, miscommunication, not going correctly, or not hearing what you want to hear, perhaps in certain things. We've got Venus try Jupiter, which is coming up, which is good for relationships again and being social, and finances. We do still have that position with Mercury retrograde with Jupiter. That's bringing up good communication from past ideas that you've had as well coming up. And then we've got that on the 17th where Mercury will go direct, which will be quite good, quite positive for Sagittarius. It might be a bit more, feeling more chatty, less in your head, communication running a bit more smoothly, plans also like travel plans running more smoothly as well. Less like chaotic too. That's coming up. It will be things be more jovial and happier coming into that Christmas time, which is what we all need coming into Christmas. So it's always good to know your chart and where it ends. I know for me, it's going to station direct on my Uranus. So the unexpected communication coming in for me. So let's see. We'll go to the caller. So we've got here Beth, and she's in Virginia in America. So hi, Beth. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay. How can I help you today?
What do you see in my future? What do you feel?
Well, anything like when you started talking, I just heard that I just heard she's stubborn. So I'm not sure if you are stubborn or not, but I did hear she's stubborn. And then I could just see like you're pushing back, like it's like a wall coming towards you, but you're pushing back, like you're standing your ground as well. Even though I'm hearing you might be stubborn, but I also feel like there may be you're not got the confidence or you're not believing in yourself as much as you should, because I feel like I don't know, there's like a lack of, I don't know, like you're not as confident in yourself that you should be, but yet you're ready to like, it's like you're ready to play a game, like you're ready to set like to some like actioning as well. I feel like next year is going to be I don't know, it's a mixed bag, but it's like you're playing, it's like you're getting ready to play like a football game. But February is like it's like it's if you've made a score in the football game. I don't know if you like football or not. I'm not a football fan myself. Any sort of football is not my thing. But it's like you've got a goal and you're very excited in February. Like it's something that's quite very, very positive. But I feel like next year, like the way.
Did you say it was coming in February?
Yes, February is what I got.
Okay. You've nailed something. Okay.
Oh, great. Because I just feel like, I don't know, it's like, it's just like next, I don't know how to describe it. I've never got to this before in a reading, but it's like next year is like a football game where up and they get your highs and lows and you've got your wins. But like you're happy when it finally comes to the end. But I just feel like February is like a big win for you. I will. But even like when I saw the wall coming to you, it's like when they were training, you see footballers training, they've got that thing coming towards them where they have to push against it. So I feel like maybe there's either a situation in your life or it could be someone that's maybe trying to maybe send you away, or it's like you've got to push back, you've got to retaliate, or you've got to somehow stand your ground with that. That's how I interpret that as well. But I also feel like right now, I feel like it's like you've been stuck, but you're becoming unstuck. It's like it's right in the new year, you're ready to move forward and you're ready for the new year to begin as well.
What do you see as far as business? Do you see anything?
I just feel like the job's a bit tricky. It's like I want to move. Are you in your own business or you still work?
I'm hoping. Okay, so I still work. I work in an ER, but just part-time. And I'm hoping to start my business. And I'm not hoping, I'm manifesting it. It will be.
Okay.
And this year should be the year that it gets going because of something that's going to happen in February.
There's more paperwork that has to be done. I feel like there's something more paperwork that needs to be done with this. I don't know if this is the job or the business you want to do, but it was like, when I asked you, because it was like you're here, but you want to be over there. And I feel like your job, it's just going to be tricky because I feel like there's going to be a time where you're juggling both jobs, where you're going to be doing your business, but perhaps you might have to do some hours or still keep the other job on there for a little while, because I feel like it's going to be a little bit tricky in juggling. I feel like the business you're doing is completely different to your job, but you want to make people happy as well, and you want to help them. It's like you want to help them on block or help them on their path. That's happening with you too. And I feel like, I don't know if it's also at the work, but you're getting a lot of negative. And I feel like I feel like there's people that are a bit crazy, or there's people there that they're a little bit like, you know what you want to do and you know what you're going to be and where you're heading, but these people around you that are being negative, they don't have a clear vision like you do. So, but I also feel like maybe they're maybe a little bit special. We say they're saying in Sydney can be a bit special. So maybe they've got some issues going on themselves and their fears reflecting onto your fears, or the people are just negative that are happening around you. But I feel like it's not.
Actually, you're very good. Yeah, I have a place in my one of my family members that I wanted to make a purpose for as he got out of the Marine Corps. Very negative, yes. We're working on that. I think he's coming around now, but his energy has been most negative in every aspect of negative. I'm hoping that he starts to grow now and be part of this business.
Don't forget, it's also their path as well. We run into the people that can be quite negative and disheartening, but it's also part of their path in this lifetime too. So it'll be their journey. But I feel like I feel like there is success with this business. I do feel like you are going to be, there's exciting times ahead for you, but it's just going to be hard juggling everything. It's like trying to juggle little oranges here. So it might be a little bit.
I can do that.
A little bit hard. Did you have a dog that's? I feel like it's maybe passed over, but this dog had like a good nose and a good sense of direction, or I feel like it had like really strong senses.
Did I have a what?
A dog.
A dog. My grandchild did. Bali.
Does the dog have because could be dog
my granddog?
As well?
It's my granddog. Sorry, my granddog Bali passed over.
Okay, great. Because I did feel it's passed over, but the dog has a good eye of like direction or like a sense of smell. Like it's just got a really good sense of like sniffing and getting like direction here. Like if I took it, I don't know, if I took it to find something, I just felt like this dog would be able to find it. If I showed it the smell, whatever it would be, and then you could find it out. Just felt like this dog was very smart in terms of that. So that's what the dog is showing me. The dog showed me that also you were very, very kind, and the dog's also showing me that it was very, very loyal and doesn't stay. It's even though it's your granddaughter's granddaughter's dog, the dog is staying next to you, so it's very loyal to you. This dog, the dog likes you a lot, and it likes your energy as well. You lift up the dog's energy too, as well.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you. So I hope I've helped you for today, and thank you for calling in.
Thank you. You have a wonderful evening.
That's okay. Thank you. So remember, guys, retrogrades, we are meant to slow down. Someone like me who doesn't like to slow down gets sort of forced, and I still try and carry on. But anyways, next week, if I don't see you, have a Merry Christmas. I've got my Christmas party on next week, so I'm not too sure if I will make the broadcast. But if I don't see you, I wish you a Merry Christmas, a bit of an early Merry Christmas. And I will see you, though, on the broadcast after that. And I hope everyone has a fantastic week ahead. And just remember to relax, chill with these crazy times ahead that we've got with these retrogrades coming up at least. Okay, bye for now.